Bop, bop.
I want something that like just pressure wash my sinus.
Word.
Mucinex.
That actually does not work for me at all.
But like a
It
pressure
works for me
washer
really
of
well.
Mucinex.
It actually makes me more
Like I
clogged
want to
up
be
and
able
just...
to hook it up to an outside garden hose.
Mucinex Severe works so good. I spray 2 shots and then I'm clear.
For me, it just stops things from draining, so I just get more plugged up.
Just fucking eat a big dollop of wasabi, bro.
No, I went and got some really spicy burrito. I was like, hopefully this works.
I just usually sniff like
Worked for a
ammonia or
short
something.
amount.
Try Mucinex Severe. It's really good.
Have y'all ever heard of a neti pot?
I have.
You hear about the lady that died by using Seattle tap water in a netting pot? It's a brain parasite.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to use
What?
it like saline.
Distilled
Dude,
water,
that's a
yeah.
lot.
That's rough.
So are we recording a test?
No, we're streaming. I asked if we were ready to go. You all said yes. I hit the stream, and then you're like, well, yeah. So anyway,
we started
we're
talking
talking
about
about sinuses. Yep.
I am sorry I did that.
It's all good, dude. Sinus problems are literally something I deal with every day of my life.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dunderheads. When we say that we're ready, we're not actually ready, and then we talk about brain parasites.
We actually give each other professional medical advice that you should absolutely follow.
Yeah, 100%.
Seattle tap water in the brain? Nice.
We are
Nitty
not,
nice.
we
Nitty
are
pot
not
water
certified professionals, so we can tell you whatever we feel like.
Nitty pot water from Flint, Michigan.
The Joe Rogan excuse.
Horse
Horse
milk.
home.
Oh my god. Hi, welcome to Dungeons and Dunderheads. We're a bunch of idiots that are going to play D&D. Last time, you guys decided that you're going to take a excursion down to the sewers, using the sewers as a way to break into the mining, lower mining facility of... oh my god. The smeltery that some hill goblins have taken over and kind of quarantined the area. You guys proceeded to have the worst sneak round I've ever seen. That was rough.
A medal is a medal, baby.
But eventually were successful. The bandit captain at the time had ordered his survivors really to retreat. You guys managed to grab a bunch of miners that were held prisoner and get them out. Found out that the kids were not kept in the same area as the adults. And as such, you guys retreated back up top after a lot of discussion. During the combat, your child, the right word? Your young companion, which sounds horrible.
Oh,
Your underling. Your underling, squire.
Your second character you bring to fights.
Yes. Bastion got hit. After getting hit, due to the quick thinking of Lolax, he managed to get him out, but not before realizing he looked a little feral. There was a very large conversation afterwards about Bastion's role in the group, whether it was safe or not to bring him, and as such, there was a, how do you put it, revelation that Dak had shared with the group that Aurelia had died a true death, his patron, and Aurelia's mother, the Raven Queen, had also been taken. So, with that information, you guys went back up top. You are in the, the Selesnya camp.
sorry. Camera. Just...
You guys are in the camp. You guys have been given a tent to yourselves with some pots. There is food to be had. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you bed down?
Make the food taste less bland.
More Bobo.
How do you do that, Bobo?
Turn on it.
You ask me.
Worse.
You run it underwater.
Spices?
No.
No.
Cooked all the good bacteria off of it.
Zach's just really ready for some rest right now. That was a rough
Bobo's
one for
over
him.
here like, it's a year's worth of wages for an ounce of that shit that makes food taste worse. Why?
Um, I think that Lolax would probably be like trying to figure out what all is like available nearby, because it sounds like we're gonna be here for a while before at least the games.
Sorry, one more time.
Sure. I would be looking for what kind of like amenities like the place that we're staying has, and just get familiar with like who's here, what's their role. Is there like a quartermaster? Is there like an armorer?
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Sure. All right. So you go take a look around. The Selesnya, while they have a military force themselves, they are not. In this case, they have not brought it, so they are more of a humanitarian effort at the moment. There's a lot of healers. There's a lot of people that are doing.
What the fuck? I'm trying to pull the string.
No, stop it! Don't say it. Sorry. Um. So you're probably not gonna find any weaponry or armor or anything like that. But there's food to be had. There are healers using like salves and stuff like that. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
I would probably be looking for some cheap health potions or things that would give us a little bit more resilience if we face some heavy combat.
Uh, Go ahead and give me a charisma investigation check.
So I just roll charisma.
If you're trained in investigation.
Okay. I'm not, so. 19.
19. Good roll. So as you're looking around, you actually wind up running into Morgan. Morgan, at this point in time, you've seen that she is stopping, speaking with Imperator Aguilar, and she has kind of put another crystal into their array, and you see another ornithopter come online while she's talking. And a lot of people you've been talking to are telling you, just like, well, I mean, you didn't bring any. This is more of a, like, feeding the people, getting them clothed again, that kind of stuff that have been released. But you do see Morgan, and as she overhears you talking about needing some health potions, she kind of just puts a finger up and just So first of all, I'm going to need a rundown on what happened initially, but I can probably procure you guys some potions if you need it.
That'd be lovely. How did you see through my
Andrew, the DM, didn't hear that you were disguised, so
Okay.
Are you disguised?
Yeah, I've been disguised since like we were down in the tunnels or the sewers.
I thought you dropped the Goliath disguise after you guys had all been like, yeah, we can all do that.
Yeah, I guess like I just assumed that I was disguised, but Colby was running my character like when we went into the sewer. So yeah, we're good.
If you would like to be disguised, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I would just be like run of the hill human.
Okay, then you see Morgan, and she does not notice you.
Then I'm gonna go tap on her shoulder and be like, "Hey, Morgan."
Lolax.
Oh, hello! I need a rundown of what's happening.
Hold on. Let's walk it back. That doesn't fit with my character. All right. Okay.
No, let's walk it forward.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Like I'm just trying to roleplay.
I'm just making sure
Okay.
it's accurate.
Rundown is Thak lied to us all. We booted Bastion out of the group for temporarily. We killed a whole lot of like
Bastion
basically
was in the group.
he almost died. It was kind of tragic.
Okay.
Anyway, so we went into the sewer. We killed a whole lot of humans. Or were they humans? No, they were goblins. Right. Okay. Goblins. So we killed a whole lot of goblins that were kind of like being slave masters for like the adults, and now we're trying to find out where the kids are. That's the whole situation. There was a captain that got away, so they know that there are people who are actively trying to kill him.
Yeah, that's not great. Give me a few moments, and I will go scrounge you guys up some potions. How beat up are you all?
I think it's a we need a sleep kind of beat up. I think that's where we're at.
I almost died.
You should give us as many potions as you can spare.
Okay.
But like, we're not so beat up that we're not going to go back.
I was more wondering if you guys needed immediate medical attention. I will get you as many as I can spare. And she will wander off. And before she goes, she's like, I will find whatever camp you guys are in, and we all need to have a discussion about that.
Okay. Are you mad?
A little bit.
Why?
Are we in trouble?
Because I will tell you all at the same time.
That'll probably cut down on questions. That's a good idea. Okay, I'll tell them that you're mad.
All right, she walks off.
Cool. I'm gonna go back to the camp and be like, so Morgan's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That checks out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think we did a great job.
No.
No.
We tried to be quiet, and then we immediately stopped doing that, and then we fought everything until they left.
Yeah, and then they kind of just got away.
Yeah.
Do we feel like we can still trust Morgan? I know that we talked about that like an hour
Absolutely.
ago.
I think we can trust her. I think she has the issue of trusting us.
Well, I don't know about that because we don't know what kinds of things are at play because, Aurelia's gone and the Raven Queen is like gone too, and apparently it runs pretty deep.
Yeah, but
Throughout the city.
her area doesn't directly work with either of them per se.
I don't think that Morgan would have to do with gods dying. And
I'm
I
not-
don't think we should stop trusting her right after
Let
we
me
fuck up.
rephrase that. I don't necessarily distrust Morgan, but she reports up to somebody and we don't know who that is and
We do.
who they
Yes, we do.
I met them. They're a big fuck off sphinx that can read your mind.
Okay.
And
And
from
you're-
my
And
understanding,
you're sure the judge isn't corrupted.
yes.
Would you like to roll insight?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Sail's understanding. Situation.
Anybody who has spent any significant amount of time in Guild's Row can go ahead and roll me a history check. Lolax, you can as well since you've had
Natural
time
20.
being here a clerk.
All downhill from here, boys.
Waiting for the other ones first.
I'm just happy it's my first roll.
You're glowing there, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, if
Two.
we can roll with what?
If you spent significant amounts of time, like you grew up here, you've lived here for a while.
I rolled a 2.
9.
All right. Stack, you understand military and government hierarchy pretty well. It was something that was drilled into you quite a bit. You know that Judge Asperia is so lawful, so truthful, that even Rakdos the demon feels all right with her adjudicating deals on his behalf. She is so down the line neutral that she is the regular source of inter-guild politics being the end-all be-all decision. Meaning even the Orzhov, even the Demir, even the Rakdos all trust and respect her to make the correct decision when it comes to inter-guild politics.
So basically, there's only one person in this entire city
That's
that
trustworthy.
everyone trusts, and it's Morgan's boss.
Okay. So,
So-
basically, I just
Um,
insulted Keanu Reeves' honor.
Yeah.
Also, you would know that is Morgan's boss's boss.
Mhm.
Morgan's direct boss is a man called Arbiter Trag Creed.
Have we met him?
I believe me and Colby.
Briefly. He was a former Boros captain.
Which I think I knew him like previously as well, right? It
Now, before your time, you know his brother, who was still a Boros captain.
was Creed, right?
Creed.
Creed.
Well, that changes my opinions on stuff, I guess. Thanks for letting me know that they are a true neutral being. Well, I guess we go to bed until we get woken up by Morgan.
How quickly did she say she was going to be back?
I would know this because it just happened a couple seconds ago, but David doesn't know.
She didn't say. She said she was going to scrounge it up as quickly as possible. It's going on dusk. Probably
Wait,
about 7 o'clock.
so what exactly happened with your conversation?
I told her what happened.
Which
Okay.
is?
Like,
I told her what happened.
What did you, but you have a way with words, so how did you say it?
Yeah.
It was very poetic, and she didn't look very happy that
Uh-huh.
stuff happened. So.
Did you? And that's all? You didn't say anything else or ask for anything?
I asked if she was mad, and she said, yes, I'm mad. And I'm going to talk to you all
Can
at
I
once.
insight check him?
I think the
He's
two of
telling
you
the
are
truth.
possibly being a little meta at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, I'm
back
just-
off.
That's fair.
Lolax
fair.
said that Morgan is mad, and I'm asking, okay,
It is weird how he
Also-
phrased it.
Did
though.
anything else happen?
Well, I think also to the best of Lomax's knowledge, he's telling the truth.
I know.
So I
Well,
don't think of an insight.
Unequivocally, he is telling the truth.
Yeah. So
But
an insight check wouldn't.
insight's not a lie detector. You're trying to gauge a person's emotions, feelings, how they're conveying something, why they're conveying something. It's much more broad.
Okay, I
Granted,
thought,
my
I thought it was
explanation
more
could have
of a
been
lie
better
detector.
if I had
They could
probably
also be used
rewatched
as
the
that.
last video before this session, but I did what I could from memory. So,
What
Sorry.
Lolax remembers from the battle shock.
Mhm.
All right. Unless there's anything else anybody would like to do, double checking. Last call.
Do we want to wait up an hour or two for her, or just go to sleep and let her
Say,
wake us
I
up?
think
say
she can
we
just
wait
wake
here
us up.
for a short rest, and then see if she has something for us.
Not a long one.
I would rather just take a long rest than have her wake us up.
We would have to leave to take a long
No, we can stay in this camp.
No, we
and
have
sleep.
cots. We literally have beds.
You were assigned an entire tent to yourself.
All right, we can sleep here.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, before you guys go to sleep, Morgan does come back.
Okay.
You guys have met Morgan a few times. You've even been in battle with her. She's always been fairly well composed. No, she seems to be a little rattled, and she goes, "We can talk about what I said later. We just got a message in from the people inside, and I'm not sure what this will do for you guys. It's imperative for all of us." She holds up a note. She goes, "They release one of the children with this attached. It says, I must congratulate this team. You have assembled Minister Lamen. They have been a thorn in my side not once, but 3 times. Oh no. Though you now have my attention. An associate of mine is watching the Pride's call very closely, and will burn it down in those inside unless you stand down. We're nearly finished here, and have even given you a child as a sign of good faith. Think hard. A.
A? The letter A.
Mm-hmm.
So, we should. Well, I guess we can't really talk to Uncle V.
We're in
unless we have
the
him at a command.
Selesnya camp. We could probably get a message of
Bo-
reason leave.
Bobo and Hush, what do you think?
Of sending a message to.
The whole situation. We kind of probably need to make a group decision here about what we want to do.
I missed last session. I got the recap pretty good, but I'm not like 100% on going forward because I was.
So
Couldn't find the time to watch
So
it. in the
we
week
kind of-
since then.
we kind of made the connection. So we kind of made the connection that these goblins possibly are also working with the same group.
Ascendant guy.
That they're like kind of a sub deal because they have plans to expand and go through the city and cause more destruction, and they're doing something, creating explosives using that same black metal that we first encountered.
There is a bandit king who sealed off a part of the city. Basically, he took children as hostages. we had adults working in mines underneath getting this black metal. We tried to go through the mines to get to this guy to free the kids. Got spotted almost immediately in the mines. The tunnels got collapsed, and now we have this message being sent to us, letting us know they're gonna burn down the tavern.
And they have a system down there that goes through the tunnels and the rivers and everything down there. They are transporting some of this material.
Through the sketchy-
It goes to the
the river.
Dead Chasm.
Dead Man's Chasm.
Dead Man Chasm.
Actually, it's great that you're here now.
Well, just the Golgari area. Follow
Right
it
down.
down, and it hit it's in the area of the Undersea is where they are sending all of this to.
Bobo, if you could give me a survival check at advantage.
And I have. So it'd be 13.
13. That's fine. You know that there is a underwater river that leads to the undersea, what they call it. It is a freshwater lake, but it spans a very large area. That's what that river kind of connects to. It also goes down towards the Dead Chasm Bridge, which is underneath that is where the majority of the Golgari actually reside, and that's where you grew up.
Okay.
You know that if they get to the undersea and down that area, they're probably going to be gone. They're going to be ghosts.
Because they have so like.
There are so many ways to get out from there. The undersea actually leads to a. There's an outlet river as well that will lead you out of the city into the Underdark proper.
Okay.
I have a question about how far away we are from the Pride's Call Tavern. I meant like travel time and like
Travel time.
yes.
There are multiple ways to get there. If you're going to go on foot, it'd be a couple hours. If you were going to spend the money, you could probably get to a skimmer, which is a low-grade airship that could get you from point A to point B in probably about a half hour.
Okay.
How much gold would that be?
They're just threatening the
like
Pride's
that.
Call. They're not.
Yeah.
They didn't say they were attacking it right now.
I feel like I'm compelled to let Uncle V know that his livelihood might be burned down.
We need to let him know, definitely. I don't know
Yeah.
if we need to leave.
But I'm worried that if we go there, like
Yeah.
they'll set it on fire, and
Well-
I'm wondering if maybe we should either send a message via magical means, but that
Yeah.
might not, go over well with the Uncle V, and it might make sense to have one of us disguise and blend in and then go to the Pride's Call.
So they were pretty specific with what they said. If we don't stand down, they will burn the place down. I don't know. It depends on what their definition of standing down is, but I don't think us going directly there would interfere with the standing down.
It
'Cause
could also be a
we would
trap.
be away. We would be away from where they are actually trying to focus their efforts.
I
They
get
could also send that message because they want us to go back. It could be a trap.
Where's Morgan?
She's still standing there.
well,
So other than this message, is there anything else?
My coworker, Minister Triel, has infiltrated the lines. He's a very, very good scout, and he's going to be coming back with more information as it. But currently, I do not have it.
What do you think we should do, Morgan?
Frankly, I say we wait for more information. It's getting dark out, but we still have the ornithopters up. Once it becomes dark, we won't be able to use them. But once Mr. Triel has more information, I think that we can form a better plan.
You have any specific idea, just based on your own opinion, about what you think they're doing?
I got a brief overview from Lolax. I don't really know. To be honest, I would need more information to put that puzzle together.
I think it's up to us to decide. And at this point, like the only reason that I could see it would be to give Uncle V a heads up. I don't think we can stop it, but I also don't think that we should back down.
I think we should definitely send him a message, but stay here and wait
I don't think we should. I think we should stay here where we can potentially do something for the situation.
Yeah. I'm just worried that if we send him a message, that it might damage our relationship with him, and he is like helping us through the Guild Pact games.
How would us sending a message damage our relationship?
It's like, oh, by the way, the stuff that we're getting up to might cause your entire tavern that you've worked your entire life to be burned down. And that's kind of like something that I would like to deliver face to face versus like a magical message.
But at least if we do tell him and it still happens, he has some warning versus it just possibly happening with no warning and he's not prepared.
I don't think anybody's arguing if we should or should not. I think we should. I don't think we have the ability to properly on hand and get him the information he needs to know, and the best way to reach that is to compromise. Sending a message from not one.
Sounds like you have a very particular way you want to go about it, so I will defer to you because you have the closest relationship with Uncle V.
I can send the message if you would like.
If you wouldn't mind, that'd be appreciated.
Are there any specific things you'd like me to include? Obviously, there's an attack, possibly, that will happen. Could he be... I don't know the tavern's layout. I don't know what's going on inside. I understand that he's a tinker. Is there anything he needs to be specifically aware of?
Did we send Bastion back to the Pride's Call?
He's still with us.
He is, but he is he's actually not in the tent at the moment. He's been walking around being a
teenager,
doing what you guys told him.
Okay.
He's trying to be a pillar for the people, trying to make sure that they're good to go, helping where he can.
In a friendly face.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I
know your uncle the best.
I think with a warning ahead of time, he is a lot more able to take care of himself than you might be able to give him credit for. And he definitely hasn't broken any city ordinances about landmines or explosive traps. And
he definitely hasn't done that.
so,
Close your ears.
I think just letting him know, same group that we've been chasing the past several days has taken a particular issue with us, and they know that we're based out of the tavern. So
Maybe we just summarize with the letter that he gave to us and give our own little warning with it.
they're aware of the Pride's Call. They've told us to stand down or they will attack it. We're working with Morgan to make sure that doesn't happen.
Understood.
Thank you.
I'll be back in a moment. And she leaves, presumably to go send a message and probably gather a few more things.
So, I guess we should probably talk about if we're going to continue to try to go after this guy, like how we should maybe be going about it in the future.
I just know that I can't stand with the children on the line.
I get that. I don't think anybody is arguing against that. There's a reason why I've been changing my disguise so often. And that's just because I don't want him to hurt people close to me. And it looks like he's willing to do that. So maybe we need to change up like our operational security around where we're staying. And
I think it would be less of an issue if we stopped taking a fight with specific organized crime entities over and over again.
Well, to be fair,
but I didn't know that both the last two jobs we were
I was gonna say, like at a point where you flip a coin and then you just keep fucking over the same guy, is that RNG or is that like or is that fate? Like, you know,
there's only one guy causing problems that we seem to be able to find in this.
At this point, we can't regress the fact of who we've messed with will threaten who they already know that we're in league with. So there's not, after this is over, we can take a look in the future about trying to leave others out of it and leave our kind of
Different
cover
thing.
our tracks a little bit better. But as of right now, they know about the Pride's Call this method.
I'm bringing this up now because this is probably a good time to bring it up, and we should talk about it maybe after we're done with this job about how we want to go around stuff, especially after we get the guild packs license.
I feel like maybe after the guild tag game should be our priority.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to wait for it to happen.
Got a
Yeah,
couple of days.
but I think that should be the priority after we try and wrap whatever this is up.
Yeah. Maybe
Cool.
stop poking the bear a little bit. Okay, but I'd say we just rest until we hear more about what they want us to do.
Do we want to have a game plan for tomorrow, or do we just want to see what the morning brings?
I'd say see what the morning brings because we don't know exactly what we're going to be able to do, if anything at all.
So, Colby to group was the stealth issue. Was that just bad rolls?
It was mostly
It was bad rolls.
All right.
Yeah, we
Like-
just
Bad rolls, and then we gave up.
we tried to silently take people out. We just kept missing.
Like I rolled perfectly on stealth and then completely whiffed everything else.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, we just missed.
I think I rolled the stealth
It-
roll. And then
Yeah, I
just
think I also suggested that we try to sneak across, and somebody didn't like that, so then we just started combat instead.
Tried to sneak in combat.
No, I think it was before combat, and I think I was like, I could make people invisible, and we could go across the cavern.
You still did make us invisible though.
But then we used it to try and get a surprise
Yeah.
round.
We tried to gank one guy and all of us missed.
Literally.
Yeah, like we didn't
Like
try
five
to we didn't
people.
we
Yeah.
tried to gank one guy and then kind of just keep moving around
But
and
my point still stands: is we had the opportunity to send like our stealthiest people invisible, and then we ended up trying to use it to ambush
Yeah.
instead.
so
So, as your DM, just because you had the opportunity to send 2 people forward, besides intel gathering, the 2 people would not have been able to liberate all the people down there or anything else.
We cast invisibility on the least stealthy people, so that way they'd be more likely to get the entire group, the cave, stealthy. We targeted one guy because that was the stealthiest option. We
So-
missed him, so we had to start.
I don't recall that because I didn't cast invisibility. That was
I did.
something that you did for me, or for my character rather.
Yes.
The way that I would have liked to have gone about that is to send people to gather intel and see what we're up against, because it was kind of like we saw people there and we saw what was going on, but we didn't have enough like information about the layout, and we could have avoided a potential mine collapse if we saw explosives and things like that.
Okay, so next time we're in that situation, we can do that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good call.
All right.
But
So what else do we need
Try.
to talk about for now?
we have a person who's going to give us scout information that Morgan knows, so that's going to be helpful. And then I guess
We need to figure out potentially other ways.
yeah,
to-
I think we need to do some creative problem solving as a group, and we can definitely do that in the morning after we sleep on it.
and see how we can try to work with those around us instead of bulldogging this ourselves.
Yeah, I personally would prefer we have a game plan instead of just following the trail.
All right.
Okay. You guys spend the next little bit hanging out together. Morgan does eventually return, probably about another 2 hours later. So it was about 8 o'clock. Now it's about 10 o'clock. It has gone completely dark at this point in time. You guys can hear as the ornithopters actually start whizzing back in because they're currently unusable. But Morgan opens up the 10 flap and ushers in
Pick it
a smaller Valdalkin man.
Okay.
And he nods to you all and she says, all right, this is Minister Yolov Triel. He has some information for us. And he will nod at you all, say hello, and so I've been sent forth to gather information for you. The strong arm, as it were, is no longer in charge.
Mm-hmm.
There is a man in a gray cloak that has taken over. He is smaller than any of the other goblins. On top of that, they have gathered the majority of the children into one location by the smeltery and have started funneling things down the well. Pulled a dwarf out of the well that was in a cage. Be relatively stable. So that.
Did we see any female dwarves in
It
the
was
sewers?
it was the one they told us about that was in the well.
It seems as though they are amassing black powder kegs as well as other explosives just around the area and next to the children. Looks like the man in the gray cloak has a small contingent of children with him.
Okay. So, how would we like to go about this?
Our long rest, or is it?
No, it's only been 2 hours.
Okay. Probably take a long rest.
We're
Well-
talking to Morgan and the other minute. They came in
Well-
here to speak.
What is there to do? And
I'm asking
Well-
them what they would like us to
oh, okay, I see. I thought you were talking to like the.
No. And I was like, we just talked about waiting until the morning.
But I'm trying to talk.
Well, frankly, we can go with an all-out assault. With more Azorius troops incoming,
Okay.
But- they would most likely level the entire area.
Is there a stealthier option? Or tactically sound?
I'm going to be honest, not one that I see. Is unless you know of people that are specifically at espionage and quickly eliminating targets, then I don't believe so. The one in the cloak was also, I presume, setting up spells, boundaries.
Hmm.
They've been given time to prepare.
Is there any other option than an all-out assault that you at all?
Wait and hope they're being honest. Let them go.
Which one do you
Fight another day.
Which one do you think we should do?
The one that saves the most lives is to wait.
Message been sent to the pride's call?
Yes.
You're inclined to wait instead of assault.
Do you need an answer now?
I mean, waiting is waiting.
Or waiting is waiting, but standing down obviously is not.
Waiting
No, I
is
said
the opposite
we
of standing.
wait and see what they do.
We
If
wait-
they
I see.
push our hand, then we will have to go with an all-out assault.
We could position ourselves between where we know they are and the pride's call.
check on boundary.
Do you have any idea specifically about what they're doing? What kind of process they are waiting for completion for?
Trying to get some sort of lead or some sort of byproduct.
Well, but
made.
now that he's here, that things could have changed.
Yeah, but it looks like that entire operation was for them
Do you
to.
think Strong Arm is dead? Or
No, strong arm is very much still alive.
He's just not in charge anymore. Ascendant is.
So you're fine to wait at least until morning. What happens? Do you think that whatever process they're trying to complete will be done by then?
I presume so. They don't seem to care about night or day themselves.
I'm gonna ask Morgan the same thing about what she's.
Well, if it were me, I'd probably set people up down below to catch them on that way if they do offload the children, because I doubt they want to carry around the hostages once they have their product. So if we can beat them to where they're going to go,
Know that they're going. Sorry, Eric.
Has this information been
Pharmacy.
taken to the leader of this encampment here, Azorius?
I am the leader currently. I've taken control.
I thought they were going to the undersea. Also the barrier.
The route out of the city that they're sending these through is through the magical barrier.
I see.
So that I think that area connects to the sea that you're talking about, but that's their shipment lane.
Yeah, my suggestion was going to be similar to what Bobo was saying earlier about how instead of going in between us and the Pride's Call, maybe we go to like a choke point where they have to go if they're
They,
going to get out of there.
my only issue is they seem to have eyes almost everywhere, and if they see us move somewhere like that, they might not, but they might see us move. That might be taken as not standing down.
So,
I-
go ahead.
I think what it sounds like right now, we aren't going to be pushing here at this location. I would like personally to go back and check on Von Veer, check on the Pride's Call, and then if we have a way we can quietly get to a different area of the city. Just see if we can find that point where they're sending the shipments from. Wait for Morgan to send us a message saying they've received the kids or some of the kids, and if they want us to try to intervene and interrupt the shipping operation there, we can.
Would a party split maybe be necessary for a scout to see if the choke point would be necessary?
I think the choke point would be something we'd set up like a takeout kind of thing, keeping an eye on it. And Morgan messages saying we got the kids. Hit the shipping point or something.
I'd remind you that or the Ascendant did tell you that they have an associate watching the Pride's Call. So
Yes.
if you go there and then leave, you will be watched, presumably.
Yes, that's why I was saying if there's potentially an exit out of the Pride's Call, we're possibly going. Somebody.
Do you,
might be able to get us
do you
elsewhere.
know if Uncle Lee has anything in the basement that might lead somewhere?
Well, we gotta go back and check now,
But
don't we?
they would still see us go into the Pride's Call and know that we left.
Unless we did the option that I talked about like a bit ago, where one of us disguises or we send somebody on like our behalf. But this is a lot of thinking that we have to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe we should finish the night
Sleep on it.
and regain our abilities, please.
We're gonna finish up the long rest.
Yeah. I think we should stay here at least till morning and not
Mhm.
move at all.
I think the game plan right now is get the long rest, see if anything's changed, go back to the Pride's Call, potentially look at getting eyes on the sewer route out. Sound good?
Sound great.
Anything I missed?
Oh, probably need a sleep potion after all this.
Uh-huh.
How do you think we keep watch at night and still get our 8 hours of sleep in?
Draw?
We keep shifts.
I was just saying that like there's a whole bunch of children that could possibly die, and that's gonna weigh on my conscience a little bit as I'm trying to drift off to sleep.
You need to practice moral relative.
I have some light. Hey, Lolax, I got some light laugh juice if you want. Pull out the bottle.
That won't help it
Heart
sleep.
Thunder.
Hush, I
though.
really appreciate how helpful you can be, but after seeing you do those drugs, I think I'm gonna pass.
Drugs?
What? No, he was lying.
It was a
Yeah, like-
recreational giggle potion from a fender on the street. It's a legal situation.
Can I see it?
And when
I'm
it
going to
happens-
specifically give her the
Not
boring
juiced.
one.
Yep.
She looks at it, flips it upside. Oh, hands
Uh-huh.
it back. I had to check that it was a registered vendor.
We'll register.
Oh, so he's a registered vendor.
Fucking government. Oh, you bought something. Let me make sure you got your permit for
Wait.
it. I'm gonna go to bed now.
Did you
Have
pay
you
your
Have you heard from that vendor recently?
No.
Oh
I'm
my!
sorry, it's been a long day.
Let's get a
I got
long
woke
rest
up.
in.
I missed him.
Sahil got
Thank
his
you.
beauty sleep interrupted.
Yeah, I
and
was
he's
gonna say
pissy.
let's thank you both for keeping us updated and then proceed with our long rest.
Yes.
Thank you, Morgan.
Thanks,
If
Morgan.
I'm gonna tell her if you guys bump into Bastion, on the way. Can you send it back to the tent?
Yes. And she kind of just stares at Sail specifically and goes, "The government's leaving now. Have a great night."
You guys are.
She walks out.
So
We like.
I
okay.
think. Wait, hold on. What's your charisma?
18.
So's mine. We've pissed her off a lot.
My charisma is 8. I have managed to not.
Actually,
Uncle V's favorite and Morgan's favorite.
Yeah,
by
you, like,
not talking.
you impressed Morgan with your detective skills that literally shat on her hired professional.
Look, if not talking to the NPCs makes them like me more, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, maybe with a high enough charisma, you should know that.
I think that
Too charismatic.
tensions are high. Let's go to bed.
Word. All right.
Captain.
You all go to sleep. Back.
Oh boy, here we go.
Your sleep is fitful at first, and then you just keep having the same reoccurring nightmares. Question. Okay. I posted some of that homebrew stuff in the Discord about the piety and all that kind of. Did you read those?
Don't worry, your answer will be recorded.
Your boy forgot.
Your boy forgot.
You want to give me a quick synopsis?
We know.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Better get on some code on your phone right now, bro.
This isn't to punish him for not reading material. It's just Sam doesn't know, so I feel like Thak doesn't know.
Yeah.
Do you think Zach would know?
He's not trained in religion. Why would he know?
Why would he
Exactly.
care?
This wouldn't be a question. Legitimately, this would not be a question if you were trained in religion.
Yeah. So, it's fair.
I'm not.
Give this guy some books on religion.
No, it's
Regardless.
funnier that way.
God and you.
You had the same recurring nightmares. Seeing the death of your father, seeing the death of Aurelia. You see the Raven Queen with her wings torn off and chained to the ground. And it is that way for the majority of the night.
Dude, I just see her into the ground. Like, I don't see anybody doing it to her. I don't see a physical form. I just see her.
Correct. Okay. That's your night. Is that in repeat?
Oh, nice.
How would the rest of us be?
Getting there.
Babies.
Getting there.
Okay.
Sail. Your sleep is much more kind. It is nice and quiet and restful. You do have another dream with your patron, who's just a little bit closer. Their voice a little bit louder. You still can't quite make out what they're saying, though. But you know in time that you will.
Mm-hmm. This is more of a giving direction as opposed to pushing me to start being my ass.
Right.
So,
You sleep just fine. Lolex. How distraught do you feel that your character actually is?
I think my character would have been very frustrated by failing to actually get inside of the. I'm blanking on the name of it, but essentially go further through the passages and solve the situation. And I think he's feeling guilty about the fact that he didn't do enough.
Okay. I don't think that's enough to interrupt your rest.
Okay.
But you do have a hard time falling asleep. But at the end of the day, you do know that there's at least hope along the line. You just have to get there. Bobo. Things are getting a little close to home for you. In a very literal sense.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how that affects Bobo. If Bobo is kind of compartmentalized that.
I
How's
feel
Bobo feeling?
that I've been probably preparing for, say I was fighting petty crime, now this is kind of more of a serious one, and I feel like things are getting heated, but it's more of like a rivalry or like like a true like
A crucible.
a competition, yeah, a test. Like this is starting to get heated, but it's something that I was mentally like preparing for. So my true competition, my true challenge has started to arise, and I feel compelled to like ready to take action.
All right.
Everybody, night sweats, Bobo. I was made for this.
How's Huck feeling?
Hush is just kind of along for the ride right now. He just wants to help out and try to figure out what the hell is going on. Just the whole like evil entities that he's never really encountered other than. I mean, I don't think I would have encountered anything like this big before. So just trying to figure out why all this is happening. Trying to do his best to stop it.
You and I had spoken before. I know Hush isn't religious. Like, he still believes in the gods, correct?
Very much so, especially like Feywild,
Mhm.
like specifically, not necessarily like gods, but like otherworldly, godly, like
Spirit.
spirits. Yeah, exactly.
Um, is Hush worried at the moment with how the
Yeah.
Raven Queen is, since she's kind of like the big patron
Yeah,
to most Kenkus?
for sure, and also like believing in the Feywild and like the Feywild's pretty good in magic. Like it's like whimsical magic almost, right? Where whatever is going on here is like almost the complete opposite. It's just like dark and evil and scary. So, and then of course with the Raven Queen. Well, has Zach even like he kind of
He disclosed it at the end.
You were
last
with
session.
me in the temple as well. weren't
yeah. So I knew like that that you were contacting the Raven Queen, but I don't know if I knew about anything like the nightmares or
you?
like
I talked about down
Okay.
there. Yeah.
He disclosed at the end of last session.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Disclosed.
yeah, that's kind of spooky.
Forcefully disclosed.
Strong armed into
Strong armed into telling everybody all my dirty secrets.
Don't say that. First you have an underling, and now you have dirty secrets. Oh no!
Players.
around, tight bottom boy. But yeah, like the Raven Queen and Kenkus are basically rooted in each other, and knowing that even though it's not necessarily like a deity that I like worship constantly, and I'm more like into like the magical realm, there's still a lot of connection between
Right.
us. And I feel like even Bobo feels a bit of that. So
I just like every once in a while you gotta do a check in with your players, see how they're feeling, see how their characters are feeling.
So, player to DM. What about the piety stuff? Why are we asking that specifically?
I would turn your attention to the Valkyries. There's a Valkyrie sidebar.
Later.
Wait, what do you?
He's saying you should read it.
I did. Yeah.
Read the Valkyrie sidebar. In the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
It was just something I wanted Sam, the player, to know about.
Okay.
If that is something you'd like to go down that road or not, that's fine.
Yes. Yes. So yeah. But that's it's. I just am a little.
No, ball's in your court. The information is now yours.
Yeah. Well, it's just there's a couple like.
Can we like sidebar that maybe like at a different time?
Yeah, that's fine. I just.
All right. You all have your rest. Thack, if you could, please go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Boy,
back the wise.
that's not good. That's not good. That is
problem.
7.
7.
4 plus 3.
You do not get a restful night's sleep. You have 1 level of exhaustion.
Do I regain any of my spells or anything?
Everything else is normal.
Okay.
You just have one level of exhaustion.
Which that is disadvantage on ability checks.
And attack rolls.
Is
And-
it attack?
and
I thought that
saving
was level
throws.
2.
No,
I have
level
it.
2 is your
I
either
think-
your move or your HP
I
is
think
reduced.
1 is just ability
No, it's-
checks.
Exhaustion is somewhere.
Because I was
It's
just
on the
listening.
DM screen.
Yep, it's right there. Disability on ability checks. That's it.
Just abilities.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
level 2 is attacks and saving throws.
Okay.
That would be spooky.
Level 2 is speed is halved.
Oh,
So 3 is.
Disadvantage on attack
disadvantage.
rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
You wake up the next morning. There were a couple conversations you wanted to have.
Start doing my breakfast morning stuff. But is Morgan in the camp? Still around?
She's definitely in the camp. She's in the command tent, and it does not look like she has slept.
Are you doing this yourself? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I was heading for a quicker check-in with Morgan. Prolonged information gathering
Okay.
conversation. Go up to Morgan. Hi, I'm just starting to get breakfast begun, the coffee made. Are you doing okay? It doesn't look like you've slept at all. Can I make you something?
She holds up a big ceramic mug and she goes, "I got my coffee. I'll be fine. I appreciate it."
Sorry, but I'm frustrated.
I understand.
Well, there's that. One other question Colby had. Um, other than that, nothing to report. Nothing's changed at all.
Well,
Maybe.
so we let you sleep because you all needed it. But the kids are being returned currently, and they seem
Okay. I'll go tell the group then. Is there anything you'd like out of us?
not currently. I'm just wrapping up here, making sure all the kids make their way home.
I'll go check in with them, let them know, and we'll be around for a little bit if there's anything we might be about. Making sure the pride's call is somewhat safe before tracking down needs. If we do that, we'll let you know.
If you can send Bobo my way, I would like to tie in with him about the geography down below.
And that was one more. Like, how many people got sent in the rest of the nation? That's more like Sayo might have known that from him.
So you don't know the exact composition of the team.
Mm-hmm.
You just know that there was 3 teams before you.
Okay.
Generally, they were specifically looking for shock drop type people, so it's probably smaller bands similar to your makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And you could probably go around looking at the dead that they're pulling out, and probably put it together just based off like who has armor, who doesn't, who looks combat ready, who doesn't. Morgan currently hasn't done a head count.
Well, I don't want to ask her to go. A rough idea, over a dozen.
They normally have between 3 and 6 people, so even if you are on the high side, it's 18 maximum,
Okay.
most likely.
All right. That was about it. So, bid Morgan a good morning. Get some rest at some point. Go get everything started for everybody else. Some of you might wake up to a mug just a few inches from your face. Morning.
8 bags under both of the backsides.
It's a second cup of coffee.
Exhaustion cured.
So, it's done.
What?
They're giving the kids back.
Oh,
They're
no.
leaving.
Do we still want to try to intercept them?
That's an option, but they might not be there, and they might still punish V for us trying. So I'd like to still go check in at the Pride's Call and ask him before we make any decisions about pushing into the
Did Morgan give you? Did they have any information which direction they went? Did they see their movements or anything? On.
They said that they're giving the children back now. Morgan's doing the wrap-up paperwork, and they are leaving. That is what she said.
She said they've left.
They have left.
Comes tracking
Bobo.
them.
If we try to track them through the sewers, probably be. So we can reevaluate now. Do we still want to go back to the Pride's Call and check on Von Veer, or do we want to aggravate?
Well, I think that's a little bit heavy-handed to say.
I am asking a leading question. Side that I'm on, but I don't force anybody to pick that.
I gathered that by the way you phrased the question and the fact that I have 18 charisma. So I'm nervous because we spent a long rest and now they're wrapped up and almost done. So they're obviously lurking quickly, and I don't think we're going to have another opportunity to even attempt to intercept them. And I'm very worried about what they managed to get if they were willing to have an entourage of children as a physical shield.
The children were to keep military forces from clearing them, trying to retrieve all the lead and materials they were mining.
Yes, I know that, but
so we know why they were here, and we know children where they were going. They were leaving through Bobo's old stomping ground. Information.
Yes, I understand that, and my point is we will not have another opportunity to check on where they're going and get other information. And if we go back to the Pride's Call, there's no guarantee that they're just going to watch us from there.
Bobo, if you could give me a history check at advantage. $13. Cool. So, knowing where you're at, knowing the sewer locations, you know that there is only 2 ways for them to go. From where you're at, that is downstream. They either have to go to a place called the Stones Causeway, which is a stopping point, like right on the edge of the Underlake, the Undersea. That is basically a small port ran by Medusas. And then there is the Fetid Swamp.
Both of those
Both of those will send them out. The Stone Causeway would be much easier because you get to continue water travel, whereas the Fetid Swamp, you wind up stuck. They can get there by water, but then they have to take the rest of it overland.
So they'd
Most likely the Causeway, yeah.
I'd relay it. They'd probably be going.
So we know where they're likely to be following them.
Honestly, unless we can get more people to go with us, I don't think that's intercepting anything. Because we couldn't stop the small band we ran into. They are likely all moving as a group right now.
Well, I wouldn't say that. They ran away and then blew up their exit. But speaking as David, not as Lolax, I feel like we're ignoring a plot hook, and we can either go back to the tavern and then wait days for the guild pact, or we can follow the plot hook, which is we know where they may or may not be.
I think
we're going to.
And my character would want to go and try to do more.
Okay.
Which is why I'm leaning that way.
I would want to stop them.
I want to go back and check on Von Veer because they threatened our house, my house, and they said that they have somebody watching it. So if we go and fight them in the sewers immediately after they've left without checking Von Veer, we're gonna attack him.
That would
At least
also
long enough for the guards to get there.
Wouldn't
So
they
I'm
also
not.
have to relay that if we're going there without going to the Pride's Call?
So Von Veer already knows because they sent a message. I
Mhm.
think. But I guess my question to you would be: are you willing to split the party to like go talk to Vonvir?
Splitting the party is a good way to lose people.
Is it that important though for your character to go and like talk to Vonvir?
Nobody knows that.
Yeah, because like
It
the
would be that-
It would be actually very simple for you to make it to the sewers. Yeah, most large establishments have their own
feel like-
grates and stuff that go into the sewer because the back has to pour out water. They have to do all that kind of
we
stuff.
can get
You
into
can
the
get there.
sewers.
It's just the difference of 2 hours overland, 3 or 4 hours under, just to get back to the same spot you're already at.
Because if you wanted to go and do that and other people agreed, then I feel like my character would probably try using invisibility to go through the sewers by himself or with a small amount of people.
You do you, boo boo.
Yeah.
All right,
And-
so
and
you
the-
are just dead set on going regardless
Yes.
of what the party decides.
And Thack, just to preface, Thack wants to try and stop him, but he's worried it's just a straight up suicide mission. Go do that, and that we could do more good. Don't all get killed.
So something to think about. A DM to players. I have plot hooks everywhere.
And everything we've done up to now was not planned for when we started this campaign. Every single thing we've done up to now. We were supposed to do the guild pack games
We wrote
first session.
Yeah, we should have been done with that.
Everything
like,
we've done with
months
the
ago.
Ascendant is like icing. And the Ascendant will still be operating in the city, I assume, after the or if he's probably gonna attack during the game.
I'm more inclined with getting the intel, but not necessarily trying to stop him because I don't think we can.
Okay, well I think
Zach, go ahead and give me a history check at advantage. This has to do with military.
On a meta level, that's what I think, but on a character level, Sayil would be pretty adamant about checking out Vonvir.
15.
15. Okay. This is not going in sewers and everything, still 100% an option. I have that planned. I have not going to sewers planned, yada, yada, yada. This is just information for Thack. They had enough explosives to effectively level 4 city blocks. They were pretty sure of it. Those explosives are now gone with them going down this river. As much as you guys are going to have them in a choke point, they will also have you in a choke point with a ton of explosives. That might be a dangerous way to go. You guys have taken the L for now.
When we
It might just
decided
be better to let them go and then follow up.
when we decided on taking a long rest, we lost the initiative.
I relay that with the emphasis of it might just kill everybody, and if they detonate right when we attack, just on a
Or
whim.
if they detonate when there's only 2 left.
Yeah, I would be hesitant. Go after that.
And they're a bunch of fundamentalists.
enough
psychopaths.
to level 4 city
They-
blocks.
We're dealing with
They-
a cult.
they also like indiscriminately attacked a train already. Let's not forget that. And
with
they have
fireballs.
with fireballs,
Yep.
and now they have explosives underneath the city.
Mhm.
Like I
We
kind
saved
of
the
want to
city,
know where they're
Morgan.
taking the explosives.
Which
You're
I'm
right,
fine
we
with.
should go aggravate.
I'm fine with finding out,
We should.
potentially
There
scouting.
is an option for scouting.
Yes, I'm fine with the option for scouting.
I'm drinking.
Like I'm not
Yeah.
saying go
Zach
down
ain't-
there and
Zach
blow
ain't
everything
going
up.
to- Zach is not going to
Like,
scout.
I'm not-
I would probably be the best option to scout.
Looking for
Or
landmines with a
possibly.
hammer. That's
But-
the tactic.
I
Okay, we'll
feel-
try here.
I'm going to relay basically what Andrew said. I feel like, yeah, this is a loss. There's not much we can do at this point.
After they blew the tunnels and we decided to pull back and sleep for the night, we lost the initiative. That kind of decided the exchange. They had the ability to call the shots after
We
that.
would
and they
have
called
to
it.
kill all of them before they could detonate anything.
We're repeating
Okay.
the same stuff. I think we just need to take a vote.
So I have a question for Bobo. Would there be at any point, like them going down the river to the Stone Way,
Stone Causeway.
Stone Causeway, where it would maybe open up and there would be a spot to, like,
Cisterns.
do reconnaissance in a way? because I can do reconnaissance.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go and roll that over. It wasn't a high DC. This is like you're literally in your old stomping grounds, so you're good.
Drink 40s in that river, bro.
Yeah, like legit. I used to get so many radioactive fish from that river.
I used to eat like shit.
Like the shit has teeth.
The stones took a second to click. Oh man, the Stones Causeway is basically a small town. It is like there is a bar, there is like a gentleman's house. There are a plethora, like this is where black market deals happen, that kind of stuff, as well as a port. There's a ton of people that come in and out from the Underdark to go up and out as well. If you wanted to fight your way upstream, you can actually get out of the Underdark that way and get back over land, and a lot of people will do that as well. So the Stones Causeway is large in it of itself, by necessity.
So if somebody wanted to stay there and watch, it would be a thought to ask.
100%.
If I'm saying if there is something that, like, let's say it is something that we want to check on V, but we also want at least something to happen with this and not just let it fizzle out and try and check back up on it later, I could go to the Stone Causeway and watch for people and do nothing other than watch and reconvene with the group either back at the Pride's Call or at the wherever we need to go. And also this gives us a chance to possibly throw them off, because Lolax could because I'm assuming none of them really know who you are because you've constantly been changing. You can go to the Pride's Call as Hush. And then if they have somebody who's conveying messages, they're going to just assume that I'm at the Pride's Call.
That's a good idea.
So it sounds like the best compromise that where everybody's getting stuff that they want to do. Split the party, which is not my favorite option.
I'm not going to be doing anything other than
But
maybe drinking a beer.
But I think it
should be
sounds like what might be a good idea is some of us go back and check on V, but some of you guys go to this point in the sewers. People look out. I can look like all of you, so while I'm at the inn, I can pop into a window looking like Hush, or walk by looking like Bobo, or
I think
mimic Thack.
I think Hush's point was that numbers still have to be there.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
Lolax is the floating party member. He's the one that's constantly different.
Yep.
He's a Goliath,
So-
or he's a...
Whatever.
Yeah.
So if he were to look like Hush, then the only person that's missing is the floating party member.
Which has been constantly changing, basically.
But we need to send you with Bobo.
Correct.
And you can't see.
So Causeway, what kind of people are there? Are
and
there a lot of
neither of you can
Kenkus?
see.
Would it be odd for two Kenkus to be hanging
Black
out
market
together?
type area.
It would not be audit at all, to be honest.
It would be weird for me
Bobo's
to
a
go
regular
down there.
there.
Yeah, I would
gonna-
assumedly so. It'd be weird for a paladin to go down there.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
mean, on shift.
So
You're like,
I think we need to split the party. And
I think you're right.
the only other thing that I'm going to throw out, which I think is a bad idea, but I'm going to toss it out anyway, maybe there's a potential for a tracking device that we could somehow attach to them as they're going through the river, so that way we maybe know where they end up.
even if I was
Crows
playing,
exist?
I don't know. It might be a little weird if there's a green glowing crow just sitting on their boat. Like,
I was just thinking whatever could work for that, but
Yeah, so that
Who's
like,
but I agree.
Dude, bro, he's chill.
I agree. I think to accomplish what everybody wants to accomplish, we have to split.
You have some new there.
So,
That's
in the homebrew section of our Discord channel, which is available to the public, I have made homebrew gadgets. That is 100% something you can go buy from an artificer or something like that. A scrying patch or a locator patch is one of those gadgets.
And I have
Yes.
a couple. I have a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
ways
by the way.
to get one of those on.
You guys did get 3 potions of healing from Morgan. I don't know if I said that earlier.
No, you did not.
So I just wanted to
Well, then
remind
I-
myself.
Extremely
Can I-
like tracking device.
I can get that on there
roll
too.
to see
Yeah.
like if she's still upset.
You go ahead and
You
roll
did not
a.
sleep, so
I know. but she was
Go ahead and
doing-
roll me insight
might be hard.
with a -2.
with a negative.
That's 1 negative point for every point she doesn't like you.
No, that's a -2 because she is very difficult to read at the moment, just in
Okay.
general, because she is so frazzled.
Gotta love that.
That's a slow
I
dice
know.
roll.
I don't know why, but the D&D.
It's still rolling on my side
It's
too.
still rolling.
All right.
Oh.
So 16.
8? What? 16. Gotcha.
18 minus 2.
And
Yep.
14 plus 4 minus 2.
You feel that she is probably a little aggravated still. As well as like she's tired, hadn't slept. They had things fairly not even under control, but your guys' actions definitely accelerated their timetable,
It could have been
making
worse.
it harder to catch them.
Mm-hmm.
So while she's not like, you guys are sacks of shit, blah, 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 she understands the job. She is upset.
We got 2 good ones and 1 fuck up. So
Do we want to inform anybody of what we're trying to do, or are we just going to do this?
Why are you asking me?
Well, we're coming up with a plan to send 2 people down to
So,
scout.
Andrew,
I'm kind of
If-
talking to the
if I
party.
use my mage
Okay.
hand,
Do we want to
You're making like strong eye contact right now, and I'm like,
David, do we want to tell anybody that we're doing this, David? You're the
We
one that
have
didn't
to-
trust her.
um,
But yeah, do we want to tell Morgan or anybody that we are going to scout, or do we just want to send people and just people?
I think we could talk about it all day, but we need to get a device, and I think the quickest way to get a device would probably be to talk to Morgan, and then split the party from there.
actually, it
Right.
might be quicker to talk to.
Yeah.
That's no, it wouldn't be. Morgan's
V's in
Morgan's
the
right
middle of
there.
making us like 5 different things.
Morgan's right there. V's 2 hours away.
It sounds like this is a commonly available artificer weapon or device.
Where would we go
So-
to
It's
get
a
it?
magical
Like,
item.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You can literally just go to the Azet, section in
Let's go-
Precinct 1. They all have offices.
Question for Andrew. I forget the name of it. It starts with an S. It's like the stone.
Stone Causeway.
Stone's Causeway.
If how far away is that from where we are right now?
Oh boy.
A few
Well,
hours.
overland, it's probably going to be about an hour and a half. In water, probably half hour.
Okay.
The river runs pretty quick.
So I was gonna say I can cast invisibility, which lasts for about an hour.
You probably want to do that on Bobo.
I could do that on both of you, and then I could go as one of you to the tavern.
Oh, you have a +5. Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you? But,
But you have
still have
disadvantage
skill
because you're in
scale
armor.
mail. Okay. So that's something. If you think that we might not need that later, like
I'm letting you know that this is an option that I have, and I'm asking you to remember that if you go down the river, so that
Okay.
way you have advantage.
So the question is, would we beat them going overland? Because if we go overland and we would have to go to the river.
Yeah.
To be there when they get there, we have to go through the river.
Also, you guys are talking in real
Yeah, I was
time.
gonna say we need to like make
Okay.
a decision. And
So-
go.
All right,
if
I'm
they-
gonna go
if
let
we
Morgan
can't beat
know,
them,
and if they have any
like-
tracking information for us, then we can take that right now. But otherwise, we probably need to move.
I'm gonna
Here's-
go to the event, get the device.
And then
We'd have
I'm
to
going
probably
to
pay a lot of money for it.
We're asking Morgan if she's got one first.
Okay, so ask Morgan if she has a device. Me and Bobo take the river to the Causeway. Invisibility might be an option. If it's 30 minutes, then we technically have invisibility in the city, but I don't know if that would look shifty. And if they do notice us.
Let's just.
I
We-
can-
Let's go talk to Morgan first.
All right,
let's
let's go,
go.
Morgan.
You guys see Morgan. She is in the middle of reuniting this Minotaur father with his daughter.
Hey.
And she's kind of just taking a step back. And for the first time you guys have seen her, genuinely smiling.
I'm just gonna be like, we're in a hurry, but
Can we do like the cursory, like, hey waiter, I'm over here when you get a chance.
like
We just raise our hands in the corner. We're like,
She's very, very like observant. So as soon as you guys' hands go up, she goes like,
Oh,
I will.
straight back to business.
Mhm.
I guess I'm gonna go up and talk with her.
I will
Maybe
go up as well.
be like, hey Morgan, so are honest, that's okay, without raising any red flags, and we
We're
might
gonna-
need some help getting a device to track.
We were gonna make the Kenkus invisible, send them down into the sewers. Where was the name?
Stone Causeway.
Stone Causeway. Send them to the Causeway, and if they potentially have any tracking items we could attach to them at that point, that'd be a lot more feasible. We could possibly get information that way.
In and
This
out,
time,
5-minute
we're
adventure. Come on,
simply
Morgan.
Gonna choose not to be.
Yes.
Morgan, 5-minute adventure. In and out. I put a tracking device on him. We're gone.
I need to see.
I think
We almost died. I did
Oh,
not have
jeez,
control of
hush.
that situation at all.
Oh, jeez.
We need a vacation.
Oh, jeez, Morgan. I'm gonna need this tracking device real bad, Morgan.
I think we're just gonna say.
And if
There's a small eye twitch where it's just invisible. Okay. Just so you know, all the equipment I give you comes out of my pocket, and I do not have infinite funds.
we'll pay you for it.
You can pay her for it.
I do not currently have a locator patch or anything like that. That is not something I generally carry on my person. That said, and she pulls out like a pencil and some paper and starts writing on it, rolls it up, takes out her signet ring, and just like closes it and hands it over to Hush. Goes, if you take that to if you take that to the exact offices in Precinct 1, they will give you a favorable price.
We just take it to. Don't have time to take off in the water.
Wait, where is Precinct 1?
Precinct 1.
And where are we at?
You guys are right about. Is that Smelting Quarter?
Yes.
Hey,
So
I've
we're
been looking
here.
at this map a lot.
Where's Precinct 1?
Precinct 1. Oh,
And we have to go down.
sorry. Precinct 1 is right about. Is this Orzhova?
That's his plaza.
Sorry, can't see it here.
I can't
Or
read.
Nova.
There's new prov. You guys aren't that far away, really.
Oh, so we're smelting quarters down here, and then we have to be down here to get to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna take it. Me and Bobo are going to book it to Precinct 1, get this tracking device, and just
How much
get.
Just
does a tracking run?
She said
I
the-
have an idea.
We'll get a favorable.
favorable price.
It's normally about 400 gold.
So we still need to pitch in.
How much? Christ, I don't think it would be that much.
Yeah.
I have about 89.
I have a lot of gold, I think.
Also, if you guys go to a shop and he doesn't go with you, you can turn.
I have 115, give or take a few, because I think I spent. Oh, I spent 3 silver, 2 copper, and 1 gold for something.
So how much do you have total?
I have. Let's just round it down to 105, just for now. Like, I think I have some pocket, like copper and silver laying around.
She will pull out 50. This is what I have currently. Listen, I'm still going to be sponsoring you for the games. That has already been done. And I think we need to talk about operating procedure to continue. That said, you guys have done good work in the city. and I'm sure you will continue to do good work in the city.
I'm just gonna butter.
Poke my pepper out a little bit.
Well, I think only 2 of us are right there talking to her.
I'm gonna butter her up. I'm gonna butter Morgan up and be like,
Give her
this
butter.
scrying patch is a lot for our conscience because we won't be able to help, and it's also so that the Azorius, right? She's part of the Azorius, so the Azorius has something. Like, obviously, if it's a boat that's like a burner vehicle, it won't be much. But if we can get it on something that might be moving around without them noticing, then you would have the information to, move forward.
I'll remind you that the locator patches are not indefinite. They do have a time frame.
How long?
I'll give you a day.
But it might show patterns on where they're going, and it might take it to a base.
But I don't think that's worth
Depends if
it.
it takes them a day to get to where they're.
It's a 400 gold for it.
Well, 400 gold and then whatever favorable price we get. So it might actually end up being cheaper.
Right, so
So, here's-
optimistically
We need that.
200 gold for a day.
I don't think it's worth it. I think we just need to scout.
Question, DM. If I use, well, no, because that wouldn't work. Because I would need animal messenger on one of my.
What are you trying to do?
Plant one of my swarm somewhere. Well, I have general information, but I just don't think that's how it works.
So, sorry, excuse me. With your swarm, I've given you access to a crow find familiar, a mage hand, right?
Fine.
So if you use your find familiar and you want to plant that somewhere, that's fine. The issue is that your familiar cannot convey complex messages to you. Like, they're not a video recording device.
Would I have a general knowledge of where they're at, though?
To a certain point, I believe there's like a range.
But
Where
if I
you
stay
can
within this
feel them.
range,
Yeah, I think it's like 1,000 feet.
That might be something to check them.
Yeah.
it might be worth it. I
Yeah,
really
I'm
hard.
starting to think that the price for the tracking device is just not going to be feasible for our group at the moment.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna hand the gold back to
15
Morgan and say, a day doesn't seem like it's going to help us much. We're gonna try and figure something else out,
So
and then we're gonna book it.
yeah,
like
say so you want to turn it to hush.
Yeah.
yeah,
And who's bouncing you going with them?
so I don't think that I'm going to add much besides maybe a second invisibility if I went with them, and I wouldn't be able to make myself invisible.
Mhm.
So I'm going to be more of a liability than anything if I go with them. That being said, I still think there is some value in seeing what kinds of setups they have when they're moving all this very valuable things. Even if we don't use that information now, I think just knowing more about the Ascendant is going to be worth it. But that being said, don't do anything that's going to get you killed.
It's gonna be, Andrew, it's gonna be the equivalent of Killua and Gon stalking the fucking Phantom Troop. As soon as, like, Nobunaga turns and looks up, like, they dip as quick as possible.
They still got caught in the end.
Okay, but the point is, we're not gonna try. They didn't die. They didn't fight. Let's
Okay,
go.
so
So
Right.
where do you want me to cast invisibility on you?
Right when we split ways, probably.
Yeah, but where is that going to be?
On the app.
I guess we go to.
spots.
Interrupt my tummy.
I'd like you to cast invisibility on my body. That's coffee.
Anyway, so wait, are
That's
we
what
gonna
you
enter
think.
the sewer from these, or just where we're at right now with Morgan? So we're at the smelting cauldron,
Smelting quarter, yes.
smelting cauldron. Does Bobo know
I like
where there's an entrance to the sewer?
That same place you guys went in before. It would be
Okay.
the closest one.
I'm gonna-
So we get invisibility. We go now.
Okay, how about I walk you to the sewer and then I tap you? And
Okay.
yeah. Doesn't matter that much.
We take
but-
the water.
Yeah, I mean, the
It's not like we have.
that's
to
actually a
wait.
great point. Well, it's a river. It's fast, and it is carved into underground. So there's not
I thought we were
banks.
gonna be
The
like
guide
wading
is already
through water.
being like, maybe we should go a different way.
That said, there's the well. You know that well goes straight down to the river for fresh water. So if you could grab something that is a flotation device, like a barrel, and you don't mind getting rocked around a bit, you could.
Lord of the Rings.
I think that this sounds really fun, Bobo. Have you done this before, Bobo?
How do you
No.
how do you get back?
Gets in barrel.
That said, you do know
Very
that
carefully.
if you do not hit the right, if you don't hit the right offshoot, you're going to go to the fetid swamp,
You're
Yeah.
gone.
and that's not going to be a good time.
You were gone.
Should be a very bad time. Get stuck and then be stuck in the barrel swamp with swamp creatures.
So maybe go above ground.
Are you friends with swamp creatures?
Yeah.
Oh.
Those kind of friends.
All right,
Shit,
y'all.
Ethan.
Do you want to like flip a coin?
I think
It's
maybe
your guys' trek.
you guys should.
I'm gonna quickly ask Morgan, is there any way...
We've already left.
We've left.
Oh, we
Yeah,
have...
we are
casted
gone.
We left a
invisibility.
long
We are
time
gone.
ago.
You have invisibility on you, and like you're at the spot where I,
I think
left
you guys
you.
should.
And go.
There's the phase where you think about it, and then there's the phase where
Where we
fuck
do.
it, we ball. And fuck it, we ball.
I'm about to do the shittiest jump shot in like
All
a
right.
decade.
Go for it.
Nobody
I
sees
think
it. You're invisible.
Go on your
Already in the barrel.
go on your
Next, put him in.
go on your Kanye quest. Dude. Kanye
we're doing it. I'm using
Oh,
Find
have
Familiar.
you done this before?
I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna get in the barrel. I'm gonna get
Stuff's
in the
hushed
barrel.
in barrel.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait. Okay,
Hold on.
we're gonna get in the barrel. I'm gonna use Find Familiar, and I'm going to have one of my crows on the outside, basically following us like a drone.
Okay.
Okay. Have fun. Good luck.
Just to be able to tell where the forks are, and to try and relay that to me.
I'll start how fast you're sprinting.
I don't
All
like
right,
that.
the
Andrew
kangaroos
feels-
are
it
in
looks
a
like
barrel
Andrew's
down
about
a
to have
well.
too much
Are
fun.
you ready for ability checks?
Yeah.
Probably
I'm
there's
gonna
barrels in the river with bodies in them, but they probably aren't alive.
I'm gonna disguise myself as Bobo, just because he talks less.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So you get down there. There's this, to the rest of you this loud whoosh as this barrel hits the water. You summon your familiar, and ravens cannot see in the dark.
It's a walk.
Neither can you.
Yeah.
So there are two invisible kenkus in a barrel rocketing
Wait, is
down.
it the same barrel?
Okay, so I'm
Oh,
going to.
is it the same barrel? Please tell me you're in the same
This is actually
barrel.
better. No. This is
Big
better.
barrel.
I'm in the bottom.
Okay, I'm in the top, I guess. I'm gonna retract my fucking crow. I'm gonna be like, Bobo, I'm gonna have to have you smell real hard.
Inside the barrel. Inside.
Don't
Is that,
go.
is that a quotable moment right there? Bobo, I'm gonna have you smell real hard. All
I
right.
smell.
Wood.
Shit. I smell a sewer.
I don't smell that bad, Bobo. Chill.
All right, who wants to be fate?
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 I'll be fate.
Yes.
Odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay. You guys, at a very fast clip, start going down. You pop your head out, and you do recognize some landmarks. And you're just like, oh, yep, there's that glowing mushrooms that I used to eat as a kid, and then turn my poop blue.
Yes?
Things like that.
Bioluminescent fungi.
You do know that like people use this as a basically like a highway quite often. They use that down here quite a bit, and they do have signs that are illuminated.
Yeah.
So you pass, you're like, all right, there's Transfer Station 1, Transportation 7. Keep going. You're like, and there's just a big X mark, and you're like, I need to stay away from that, and manage to, really by the grace of the Raven Queen, wherever she may be, doggy paddle off to the right instead of winding up down the left.
So now I'm in the
Good.
bottom of the barrel,
Good,
right?
good,
Because
good,
he
good, good.
pushed me down.
Yeah, he knows where to go.
Bobo, you're really heavy.
People
I
like
I
you-
like make my arm longer and get just enough drag.
I like to imagine there's people like on the sides, like the people living their life in this sewer are watching this four-armed crow barrel.
It's probably
We're
not
invincible.
that weird though.
They can't even see each other.
They just see a barrel that's going like.
But no, there's 4 arms and 2 kenku heads that have poked out.
No,
of
he
the
pushed.
barrel.
He shoved him down.
They're
we're invisible.
not visible.
Yeah,
They're invisible.
it's just a barrel.
It's just a
It's
barrel.
just a barrel that's
Other people
scooting
watching
across
it
the
go
water.
by.
Don't worry about it.
Watching the barrel.
Yeah,
Okay.
can't see me.
You manage to break off to the correct side, and you realize you're rocketing towards the causeway. Can you go ahead and give me? Are you proficient in land or water vehicles by any chance?
Nobody
Wow,
will say this.
actually,
No.
I am.
I
I'm
got
the only one
thieves'
here with
tools, a dice set.
Okay, cool. I need you to go ahead and just roll me a flat wisdom check.
Wisdom.
Nat 1.
Ooh.
Plus 0.
Nat 1.
Did I kill the
Do-
Kenkus?
Do we use
2.
the magic box? Magic wood box of dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's a good thing I role played so
No,
hard. last second.
let him choose.
Yeah.
Let him choose the.
Is there a pink one? I
Yeah,
can't
it's
see one. I do like the pink.
Oh, please.
Please not a 1.
Roll it.
16.
16.
All right.
There's,
was that?
Thank you.
Those are there for a reason.
I feel like in the barrel,
Curiosity.
I'm
You'll never
just
know.
seeing Bobo like frantic for a second, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh,
if the two of you could see each other, you would.
You're both invisible.
You feel a clench
so I feel
and a loosen.
I feel it go from clammy to like regular."
Well, I want to hear this. Go on.
There's this moment where you guys, still with that lid that you guys have kind of like made sideways and pulled it in with you, where you hear, oh yeah, there is a waterfall, isn't there? Not a huge one,
Sure,
but there is just a set of rapids you have to go down, and you manage to,
Okay.
and just hold on to your life as it is, as you guys are falling and flipping around.
Oh, we would have died.
Yeah, the survival check was to check, just like, how smart are you about rapids?
Hard enough.
Smart enough is the
All right.
answer. You manage to
We would have
brace
dropped.
yourself, make it all the way down, and there's a moment where you feel it buoy under the water and pop back up, and you let go of the lid, and you guys see blue light in the distance.
Okay, so
You know
we're
this
probably
is the
going to want to
Stone's
get
Causeway.
out here.
All right, you guys have managed to make it to the Stone's Causeway. You can simply just pop out the barrel and let it keep going as you just clamber onto one of these docks.
I think we'd bring the barrel.
Yeah, we're gonna pop it on the dock if we can.
You guys are going to Metal Gear Solid this entire thing.
It's the box.
Trash.
Uh,
Well, I just want to throw it on the dock, maybe in case we need to make a hasty escape. What's further down the Stone Causeway? Or is there anything further down?
it's a way to the Underdark, and it's also a way through the city, right? Out of the city.
Yes, it is a way out of the city.
Well, just
I'm going
in
to
case.
turn daylight mode on this, just assuming that there's going to be enough light for you guys to see while you're doing things. In combat, if combat happens,
No.
this is going to get turned off, and I'm going to turn all the rest of the stuff back on.
It's true. But we can't really see. is what
We
you're
can
saying.
we
You
can
see enough by
make
the
stuff
ambient
out.
light,
But
but it's
It's a populated area, but it's also not well lit. It's just
is there a way
well
to
enough
get
to.
dark vision?
there's a spell.
There's magic items, I think.
Yeah.
Why are you not? Oh.
I want to be a Kenku with fucking steampunk goggles. I might look for these.
I think I'm just gonna deal with being blind in the dark.
I don't know, man. It seems like we're doing a lot of sewer crawling. Also, you grew up here. How did you
I
see
was
anything?
Didn't never see shit.
Yeah, he did. He pulled a Bane. 100%.
Pourquoi?
Just relied on my other senses.
Oh shit.
You're realizing what adopting the dark
So
is
dark
now,
you don't
Jeremy.
even need light.
There we go.
Nice.
So this is pretty much what y'all are looking at. So there is a boat here that you guys see. What looks to be like goblinoid figures. They're working out on the top. It looks like they're getting very close to sailing off.
And we would be able to be closer without a stealth check. Probably.
No, but you guys are still currently invisible.
We have advantage.
You guys have a half hour of invisibility left, for the
Okay.
record.
Wait, but you have disadvantage, so you just
I
get a
have
flat
straight.
roll, right?
Yep.
There
Flat roll
is
plus 5.
Plus 5.
a
That's good.
boatsman? Oh, the people that they run the dock. Bozeman?
Yeah.
I thought it was. Okay,
Dock
there's a
Dock
Bosun. Bosun.
The bosun's a ship position.
yeah. They fixed the ship. Anyways, there's a dockmaster. There we go. I know words.
Chiron.
There's a dockmaster's house here, and what looks to be a bar here. On the bar, by the bar, I should say,
Sorry.
is two statues that are holding up a sign. They look terrified as they are kind of stuck holding either end of this that says, refuse payment at your own risk.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna lean over to Bobo. I'm gonna be
Yeah, this place is ran by Medusa.
like, oh.
You guys would also see that there are door guard walking around here with basilisks that have covers over their eyes.
Mm.
Should we maybe like cover our eyes?
Why?
What can you see?
Well, how does that work? Like, if we look at a Medusa and we don't know what we're looking at, but we're looking directly at them, would it petrify us?
So you can go ahead and roll
Increment
me
or
either a
increment
nature or arcana.
I will
Bobo.
take-
You know that there are 3 sisters that run this place down here. They are called the Veiled Sisters. They're a Medusa that wear veils over their face on purpose for
So
this
we
reason.
don't look
14.
at their face.
14. You don't need to know what you're looking at for it to affect you. That said, there does need to be direct contact.
So they need to purposefully be looking at us.
There can't be anything between you, like even
The
things
other
that are
side.
transparent will block this ability.
But I know the sisters that run this place. Probably I know of the sisters that run.
You know, Nagma knows them very well.
Yeah. So the bitches that run this place know what they're doing well enough to the point where they aren't going to turn us to stone unless they want us to turn to stone.
Okay, that sounds good. Would they want us to turn to stone?
We aren't necessarily doing anything against their rules.
Would 2 invisible Kenkus washing up on their docks maybe upset them?
It wouldn't be the
Probably.
first time.
It's
Okay.
sketchy shit goes on here a lot.
Okay, cool. So I guess we're going.
It is run by the
I mean, look who's stopping here for a second. Terrorists.
So where would be the best place for us? So are they coming down the same river, or are they going somewhere else? We know.
so this is now opened up into a larger lake.
They're gonna come into the lake somewhere.
They're already here.
Yeah, there's a boat with goblinoid figures that we need to get closer to.
Well, let's fucking get.
That boat at the end of the docks by the dice boats.
Is there any goblins that I would like, or any suspicious characters already on the dock?
Yeah, there are multiple goblins kind of working at the moment, as well as you guys see a hooded figure at the very tail end of the dock that is kind of ordering and moving people around. They have those cranes are actively lifting up crates and moving them onto the boat.
How many do we see? Oh,
How many goblins do you see?
how many goblins can we sense? See, smell?
There's enough ambient light at the moment.
Okay.
So the reason I haven't populated the map is that it would be so populous it would like legitimately slow down roll 20.
Mhm.
So the boat itself, though, there's about on deck at the moment, moving around working, you see about 11. And then on the actual dock itself, there's about another 5, as well as the Ascendant himself. And you guys can hear,
The Ascendant's there.
yes, the one in the gray cloak.
Hey Bobo, we need to be. This is sketchy. I don't know if we should push up or if we should just watch to see where they're going to go or move. Where are they moving?
Well, they
crates?
aren't moving anywhere yet. They're
They're
packing
moving the
up.
crates onto the boat.
Okay, so they're bringing crates from the dock to the boat. Is the boat pointing downriver?
Mhm.
They're going to be going to.
Are they? We wouldn't know if they're going to exit the city or go to the Underdark.
They're pointing in that direction. There's nothing saying that they can't make a Yui, though, or go somewhere else.
Or
But
that's what I meant. Like
you would
like,
know they would have to row upstream to get out. People
Oh.
can do that. People do that. But it would be, the area enough. It's counterintuitive for them to set up here at the Causeway
And then
to
go up.
just go back up where they were.
Yeah.
So we could either roll a stealth check and get closer and look at more things, or we could just sit here and see what direction they go.
How about this? I'm going to pat you and try and let you know to back for a little bit because this is kind of where I shine. I'm gonna try and move up to the next spot that is covered. So I see a bunch of stuff on the dock. So I guess I want to move up to here, the second on the left side of the dock.
Oh, is that why it didn't work? Let me do it. So you want to go it?
Yes. Roll stealth.
Not yet.
Can I see anything more? Can I hear anything? They're probably speaking in Goblin.
They're most certainly speaking Goblin.
But Tenkus,
Speak mimicry.
I'm going to remember all of this shit.
You can certainly try. You don't have a
Oh.
perfect memory.
Well,
You do have perfect mimicry.
yes. Wait, let me read what mimicry says specifically.
Maybe there could be a roll involved.
Yeah, so mimicry. You can mimic sounds you have heard. A creature can tell these sounds are imitations with an insight check opposed by your deception check. So if I'm just relaying it to the group,
It'd
I
probably
would
be a
able to
history
mimic it.
check.
I don't
I'll
know
have
how
to
you
think on
want to
this.
rule that. How
Um,
much would they be
yeah.
talking?
They're talking quite a bit. Their goblins are talking to each other under their breath, and you
I
don't
want-
know.
There's
what
a
they're
lot of
saying.
people
I
there.
guess I want to.
Yeah, there's a ton of people.
Would the Ascendant be talking?
He'd
He's
be
giving
barking
orders every
commands.
once in a while.
Okay. I want to dial in on Ascendant, and he's speaking in Goblin, correct?
Currently, every once in a while, he'll break into common.
Oh, what can I hear him say when he's breaking into Common?
It's normally cursing.
You fucking dumb shit.
Legitimately.
Okay. So I want to specifically dial into what the Ascendant is saying, and then if he has any generals or commanders there, I want to dial into what they're saying.
So, presumably who you know as Strong Arm.
Oh, Strongarm is the leader of the Hog
Yeah, she's
Head Gang?
Yeah, she's the leader of the Hog Head Gang.
Okay.
The two of them are conversing to each other, and every once in a while she will break into common. When it's he's losing a word or something like that, she'll break into common and be like this, and be like, yes, okay. And then after
so
that,
she
he
knows
will
common.
issue orders.
So Goblin is probably fairly intelligent. What can I see? They're just moving boxes, issuing orders.
Yeah, they've definitely picked up the pace. They're moving as quickly as possible. The larger goblins are moving the cranes and stuff like that. That said, they don't have their hackles up at the moment. They're just making sure everything's tied down. But I can't. Get out of here, McAfee. Screw you.
Let's go.
Didn't he
He
get
doesn't know how to renew
suicided?
his antivirus.
Pat.
Don't want it first
James
place.
McAfee got suicided by the government.
Okay. The reason I'm not making you roll a check at the moment
Anyway.
because there's no, like, you don't need to, unless you give me something more specific you want to go on. If you just want to sit there and remember what they're saying, that kind of stuff, that's fine. But you're not going to be able to get any actual intel at the moment because you do not know what they're saying. You don't have a translator yet.
Where are the boxes that they're moving? Like, what is the closest box to me that I can tell that's the same box?
It's literally right next to you.
The ones you just covered.
That's what I was gonna say. I want to look inside the
Can I
boxes.
open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go and give me a sleight of hand check at advantage.
Man, that's my shit.
It's more about how quietly you can move it.
6.
Advantage.
Yeah, 16.
You rolled 2.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So, you have crates and you have barrels. You look into the crate and there are just these lead ingots that are placed in there. And then you look in the barrels and there are lead chains.
Chains. Well, I remember that Zach was talking about the Raven Queen being chained down. Or was that
no,
the most recent?
That was the most recent one.
Okay,
That was
cool.
a new vision.
Are there any boxes further up? Or I'm assuming it's all just lead.
That's what it seems to be.
Fucking.
Actually, go ahead and give me a perception check. Flat.
7.
7.
That was one off of a nat one.
You notice that there are some weird markings in these ingots, but don't really know what they are.
I just see like rune stuff inscribed. And
Can't even really tell if the rune's dark at the moment.
Oh, so it's just like
more that you are
something is-
feeling.
it's
that
like a
there's
texture
pattern.
where something's like carved in.
Right.
Is that in the ingots or the chains?
As far as you can tell, it's only the ingots.
I really want to do.
I'd be watching him dig through all this stuff, right?
You're
would
watching
see
a
a
crate
lid.
open, and then a crate close.
I
A
would-
barrel open, then a barrel close.
An invisible Kenku.
Right.
The trouble with invisibility is that it works on everyone.
Question: Would invisibility work on mage hand? If I'm invisible, would my mage hand also be invisible?
No. Very specifically, because Mage Hand normally is invisible, or rather, no, that's Letterman Mage Hand. Mage Hands are normally visible in general. Yours more so because it literally takes the form of a crow.
A green glowing.
Right.
Okay.
Pestilence-ridden crow.
I guess I'm gonna back up and like try and find. I'm gonna go back to where I was with Bobo and try and find him.
Bobo, at this point in time, is there anything that you've been doing in the meantime?
Eating a goblin.
No.
It's like King Shark.
Like in your mom.
Nom.
I just see one goblin get lifted up. He's like, and then just a chunk come out.
Would I know that the Veiled Sisters probably like how would they feel about like the goblins trying to blow
So
up the
they are business before all else. Nobody gets to stay here without paying a toll. You pay the toll, you are protected. That is the whole basis of this.
even if they brought in an ungodly amount of explosives to their
It's all made of stone. Except for the pier
right.
itself, it's all made of stone.
Right. So they wouldn't care as long as the fee is paid. There.
I mean, so I'm gonna go back to Bobo. Am I able to find him?
There's an awkward moment as you're scrounging around, and Bobo, he does reach fairly close, but not quite.
But I can probably tell that he's near. Yeah, I'd creep him out a bit.
Flick his finger.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna remember. Oh, I'm with Bobo. I'm gonna like go up to him. I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna be like, so realistically, there's 3 things we can do.
I think we should take whatever is in these boxes. Like I saw the boxes open and stuff. I think we should take some of whatever's in there back with us, and so we can show other people what they're moving, and we'll just take note of who we saw and what direction they went.
Okay, we have a lot more options. That's a good idea, and I think that we should do that just regardless. But
Sitting like this, so I'm blocking the light for you.
oh no, it's fine. That's why I closed the blind. We can leave with the ingots, call it a day, figure out where they're going. I'm most likely just going to put my boxes just so that maybe, because if it's a range, I'll look it up. But if it's a range and I leave the range, but then if I leave the range, will it disappear or will?
No, you.
Okay, cool.
So you
then
can recall it at any point in time.
So we'll have a general idea of where we're at if we go after them again. This is just what we're going to do. Like, take some of the iron, take some of the chains, as quietly as we can. Leave maybe the iron.
Not the chain, so I don't think.
It depends on. It depends on. All I saw was chains and iron. If there's like a couple links or something that are maybe like disconnected or whatever,
No.
but yeah.
Yeah, that's the big chain in the barrel.
All right,
Big
Bobo, you
chain
want to
in a
carry?
barrel, my guy.
Bobo, you want to carry a big ass barrel?
No.
It's 100 feet, by the way.
100 feet of chain.
You can communicate with it.
Go back in the
And
water
Oh,
with
private
it.
familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good actually. Because
Until we start moving.
well, no, I'm saying that if I plant something somewhere,
100 feet's not very far.
yeah, but that means that if we go after them again, I'll know exactly where they're at as soon as we get.
They're
to-
100.
So,
Right.
100 feet,
I
about
can
right
kill
there.
your fine familiar.
That's true, but
That's-
that would be it. It would be
So-
like I know that it's gone.
Yeah.
And
Like,
you don't know where
This
it was.
screen might be 100.
It's 20 squares is 100 feet.
Yeah,
We
that's
really
not.
won't get
That's
much
like
from
that. They could
I'm
like.
gonna do it anyway.
They could like
Okay.
spit if it will
What if
land
they
as
just
far
raise
as your
the
fine
anchor?
familiar will
Was
go.
it?
What if they raise the anchor? So that way it just went down without all of them?
Yeah, yeah. There's
Oh,
that's
so the
yeah.
it just
So right to
Oh,
So
the
my other
Lord.
option,
Yeah.
my other option, Bobo, is
untie it so it pops off.
we get in a crate.
oh.
No.
I don't want to. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Let's get in one of their crates.
No.
Let's just go with them wherever they're going.
So, I'm going to give you a little something to think on while we go to break. Is that there's a bar. There are multiple patrons here. There are other routes to get information.
Yeah, we could try to.
And with that, we're going to break.
Whose turn was it?
Check your mics, make sure they're on.
Jeremy figured out. Sorry. Jeremy figured out what his next character is going to be. Andre's trying to figure out how to keep this one.
That's not wrong. Welcome back.
Everybody.
They have found multiple ways to try and kill themselves, all in the name of not being combative.
Pretty damn good at it.
Stop. Stop. I look like the
Cooperate
bad
and
guy.
listen.
I don't want to be the bad guy. I'm just spitballing, bro.
Nobody said you're the bad guy.
Spitballing bad
hell
guy
is that?
ideas.
Let's blow up the city.
Why not?
Let's just do it.
Hey, I have no connection to this underground fucking swamp place. Fucking blow it up. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Anyway, we left the two Kenku adventurers at the back of the dock discussing whether or not they are going to stow away, try to set off the explosives inside, simply cut the ropes attached to the boat to make it drift away, or
Steal it.
steal it,
Or just leave.
or just leave and
There's a
go
bar.
have a nice time in the bar.
Yeah.
So,
I do
what are y'all doing?
I think realistically the two best options are going to the bar or trying to cut the boat away.
I like to try to cut the boat away. I think that's a pretty good idea. And I think with 20 minutes of invisibility, we could be cutting the boat away and then going to the bar and seeing, like, watching from there.
Are we gonna try?
I don't want to metagame, but you guys did mention an ingot.
Yes.
I already said you should steal an ingot too.
Can we just backtrack and say that I pocketed the ingot?
I legitimately assumed you did.
Okay. Cool. So I pocketed a single lead ingot that has carvings on it from what I can
So, as you take that ingot and you were kind of putting it into your pack, you feel that it is, you've dealt with metals and stuff before, but this metal it's cold. You deal a lot with nature magic, and it's kind of something that, like, leaves a spark inside of you, and you can feel it starting to peter. Peter.
He's still invisible.
Peter. Hey, Peter. He is.
I am magical, yes.
No,
nature magic.
invisible.
Oh,
Like
invisible.
pick up the lead ingot, and then you're like,
It's not that.
That would suck. And you're just like, and all of them can see you.
And get fucked.
Roll
We'll see you
initiative.
next week.
Roll initiative, bitch.
I don't know if it makes sense for us to
Dude, you just
both
split the
go
party.
to untie it, or if just one of us can handle it on our own.
Can we see how many points the boat is tied to?
It looks like 3.
Fuck.
Okay, we should both go in.
Yeah.
Who's
All right.
Who's cutting 2?
How many people are in between us and the boat?
Good handful. There's at least 10 people on the dock,
Oh,
along
do we
with
wanna do
like 15 on deck. And you know for a fact that's not their full contingent. There's probably still some, like probably even in the bar.
Yeah.
Underneath.
Would they understand that when they make an attack or an action, they've used the spell?
Bobo has. Yeah, Bobo actually remembers. In your guys' fight just yesterday, when you were invisible and you made your attack, the act of attacking actually dispels your own invisibility.
Would that be considered an attack to cut a rope?
Yes. Because you're
What about untying a rope?
Who knows?
probably not.
You can make
Not
Arcana
attack.
checks.
I'll take an Arcana check. 17.
17. For whatever reason, invisibility is a limited spell when it comes to things like attacking. Whenever you do a violent action or inaction of any kind, really, it, for what reason, dispels it. There are other spells that allow that, that has fixed that issue, but it takes a little bit more magical oomph.
Wait, so you're saying...
That said, untying, just slowly untying and letting it go adrift, that is not so taxing that it would break it.
Okay. So... Oh, man, I'm so scared.
Yeah, if we're gonna do this, we should act soon and then just untie it and
Yeah,
walk away.
Correct. Like, and then, okay, what is our contingency plan if we either fail to get to the boat or if we get noticed at or before the boat?
Run.
As fast as we can?
Just should fucking run.
Do you know where we can go and hide?
The bar nearby would be a place if they were to attack us. I feel like that would start some shit with the other patrons of the bar, but that would be luck, and
But also-
it still would be
The Ascendant is here.
the Ascendant is here, but I don't think we should take any action towards him because he could kick our ass.
That's what I'm saying, is if we run to the bar, will
So,
he walk up and be like,
I
really
want you
don't
guys
want
as
this
players to know. I'm keeping track of the spell in real time. I put a pause on it while we're at break. So you've used 10 minutes. You've just used an additional 5.
Let's go. Now. We
Okay.
run as fast as we can to the bar and we go.
So you guys are going for it?
Oh, it was. I swear it was a 19. But then this fell and it knocked it to a 6. It was 19
you're
plus
fine.
5.
I trust you. That's for your stealth check.
You get-
7.
Was that with advantage? 7.
That was a 1 and a 3.
Give me a moment.
Plus 5.
Plus 5.
Copies already addition.
This gets the +5, so yeah, he's at 8.
Oh, 8. Sorry, not 7.
Bye bye, birdie.
Biggest.
If we're going to fail a stealth check, I would rather it be the first one to where we can leave and we don't have anybody really behind us.
So, Bobo, are you taking left or right? Are you taking top deck or low deck?
I'm taking low deck.
Low deck. Okay. You run up, you manage to, there's that tarp canopy area. And you realize that there is 2 goblins that are just obviously hiding from their jobs. As you get down there, they're taking up a bit of space. You manage to hop down into that boat and quietly walk around and hop back up, getting around them. So you do manage to make it all the way up to the boat. Hush. There's this awkward moment where you are being very nimble, very lithe as you are dodging through crates, dodging through goblins, and you get this close to the Ascendant. And he clocks you. You're not sure if it's a sound, you're not sure what it is, but he looks directly at you.
How far am I from it?
You are side by side.
When we split the party, I was like, it's time to see what happens. This is what's happening.
Where am I? Can you move our tokens?
I can, and I will.
Roll initiative.
You want to see? You want to see me go knocking futs?
Oh, man.
God.
I would like to go back
Look
to,
at that little,
with my stealth, I guarantee
little socket
I'll
man
make it
on the oven.
on the boat.
I have an idea.
Would we know?
It doesn't involve combat, but this might work to our advantage.
I'll see if I can see the explosives.
And also, how far am I from...
See if I can't like sprinkle a little black powder into like a line and then be like,
Trail. Is that in fire damage?
I mean, that's a
I
pretty.
can light my hands on
Also,
fire.
would
But it
Bobo
doesn't
have
fire.
told me where the bar is?
Yeah, it does magical fire.
Yes.
Fire damage.
Okay.
Give me one more
It's
second.
a pretty strong negotiating position if you're going to
So-
blow up everything.
Okay, I'm not going to talk, but I have an
Is
idea.
Is that correct? Do you know if I use my Crimson Right to do magic damage, I get to pick that it's fire damage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Oh boy, here we go.
Barely knew ye.
The
Hush.
cane.
I'm just going to make it very clear that my goal is to book it as fast as I can.
And you're
try
all
and
like,
buy you an
you're all
opening.
like, hey, Bubba, hold back, because you aren't stealthy.
You just
Bro!
you basically bump into the boss right away. Just,
On your second stealth check,
Dude,
you're like,
my rolls have not been very kind.
based on my
I got another
stealth,
nat one.
there's no way that I'm gonna get spotted. No chance.
I haven't had to roll.
we get the same plus.
That's why I haven't got so many nat ones.
I think I rolled charisma.
He's putting everybody off.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you right now are on your own,
RP
sir.
is
I'm okay
You
with
fucked
Can you
up.
swim?
You just did earlier.
Oh, why are you looking at me?
They probably have a normal swim speed.
30.
So
Look out for the turd gators, though.
I will die by their hands and not yours. Whoop!
There's
Open
fucking
mouth
spiders
turd
in those
gator.
waters.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
the water. Spiders with gills.
Spiders with gills.
That's some lol. Fucking horrible shit.
Aquatic
Brothers
spiders.
Grimm shit right there.
There's gators crawling on the wall.
Spider
Shit
gator.
gators calling on the wall.
Spider gator.
Alright, that's all I'm gonna add for now.
Okay.
For- okay.
We'll see who comes up.
So the
Oh
blue,
wow,
the
you
blue
got
token.
to the boat and you're like, hey buddy.
So the blue token is the Ascendant, and the token on the other side of me is Bobo.
Correct.
Is there a way to break my invisibility? Just like, can I basically like will it away?
Yeah.
So we aren't initiative yet.
No. He's
I'm-
just clocked you.
I want to.
You just
I want to
react so-
try and like back up as quietly as possible.
No, the
No,
back.
he's clocked you.
You're gonna back up
like he's just looking at me.
your
Is that
new
what I can do?
character.
Direction. You are still invisible, but he's looking at your
He
direction.
knows you're there.
He's aware of your presence. He's clocked you.
In this moment where you're trying to figure out what to do, he just looks at you, past you, and looks down. And just starts putting his hand out.
I'm gonna back up quickly, like a very quick hop.
Go and give me a stealth check. Flat roll. You are jumping.
That is a 24.
Okay. Almost like
It's almost a 1.
That was almost the one.
Oh,
like
nice.
my dice was
Really
really
close.
almost like Professor Snape in the Philosopher's Stone, where he starts putting his hand out and just misses.
Yeah.
He sees that, but he's now aware that something is going on. Can't put his finger on it, and you hear him shout something in Goblin, and then all the goblins kind of perk up.
Well, that fucks with me.
I think we just need to leave.
Yeah, you should do that.
We're gonna. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna start heading back to the like
That's smart.
where the bar is.
PetSmart.
PetSmart?
I said that's smart.
I love PetSmart. Let's go, Bobo.
Is that where he got his crows?
Yeah, that's smart. I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna start heading towards where Bobo told me the bar is, because I don't know
Okay.
where Bobo is.
That's smart. I'm not doing that.
Bobo, you notice all the goblins are now kind of at attention. You hear the Ascendant yell something in Goblin. You do?
I'm looking aboard the boat. Do I see any explosive barrels?
So you're at a weird
Because they have a lot of them.
you're at a weird height right now. There is the skiff dock, and then there is the dock. Right? They're at two different heights.
I figured that there would be like supplies and stuff down here.
This is more for rowboats to come on board. So you were just looking at the profile of the ship.
You're on the little boat dock.
That said, if you go up a little bit, there are hatches and stuff. You could probably open it.
I would like to open a hatch. Do I have
Alright.
to roll sleight of hand?
You do. Oh,
18 plus 5. So
18
23.
plus 5. Oh my gosh. Like a man that knows how to work his armor, you very quietly get up there, use your claws, and just and manage to just get the edge of that sill of the cover, and just very quietly get up. You look inside. There are a bunch of explosives in there, and you can see that goblins are currently pouring water over some of them.
It's just powder, right?
You don't know. They're pouring waters directly over the barrels.
On the outside barrels.
Would I be able to empty a lantern on top of the water?
You'd have to go inside.
I'd have to go inside, which would require another successful check, and probably another successful one to get out. Or how easily would I be able to, like, could I just stick my whole ass arm in there and be like,
You gotta make decisions.
all right,
Tell me what you
I'll
want.
head in there.
Don't give me a stealth check. Balls.
20.
20.
Dirty 20.
You manage to squeeze your way through with your smaller frame. That weird ability you have to kind of like shift your bones.
Shift my blood.
You manage to like literally, almost like a cat,
Or
compact
a-
yourself
Or
down.
a rat shifting its spine together.
Yes, exactly that. You manage to wiggle your way in. You're in, and the goblins inside haven't noticed you.
Cool.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just like trying to get out of the duck. I'm like,
I'm empty. I'm gonna empty my lantern onto the water and have the oil sit on top.
Okay. No check required.
Okay.
That's just an item interaction.
And then I'm going to then like have my hand ready. No, because if I cast that, I would lose my invisibility, right? If I take that action to, no, I would have a match, probably, right?
Tinderbox.
A tinderbox.
Yeah.
So I could spark the lantern, and hypothetically, if the water's just on top of the barrels, it won't explode immediately, but there will be fire on top of water in a room filled with explosives.
Can you roll intelligence?
And I roll intelligence.
Go on.
what is your intelligence?
Really quick, are you proficient in alchemy tools?
Oh, thieves' tools, dice set.
Go ahead.
My intelligence, that's 11.
11. Oil sits on top of water. You're pretty sure of that. The likelihood, like, if this is just black powder, you got a pretty good shot in this working eventually.
Yes.
That's if somebody doesn't find it first.
Okay.
Which is fire. Wait. The extinguishing oil on top of water fire?
You just smother it.
Yeah.
But they're goblins.
Mm-hmm. That deal with explosives.
They're explosive trained.
They're not explosive trained. They just
Can I
the fucking
take-
explosives?
They're explosive.
Would I be able to lift any of these on my way, and like lift it out of the hatch that I came in?
A barrel?
Or a smaller box, or like an amount, like an open barrel? I can open a barrel and move an amount of black powder.
Sure, you can look.
I don't know what you're looking at me for.
Do I
I'm looking
investigate?
at you.
Or do, like, what do I...
No, you're invisible, and they seem busy with their other job. They're still going around dousing other barrels with water. You take a moment and you just lift up the barrel, and you realize this is not straight black powder. These are bombs. They're old, cartoony, like black with a wick.
There's
bombs.
wicks.
Oh.
Fucking no.
Which is why they're covering the barrels with water, because they weren't worried about the explosive getting wet.
I can remove the wicks, right? Can I pull out the wicks?
You can attempt.
I will attempt.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. What do you want to happen when you pull this wick?
It to come out.
Simple as that? Yeah.
And then or it would take quite a while to... How easy would it be just to, like
Shoelace tie.
shoelace tie, like, real quick? I just want maybe, like, a 3 times as long one. In one barrel.
Hey, sweetheart.
We'll go, just for funsies, we're going to go ahead and roll that natural 20 over. It's going to take you a little bit of time. It's going to take a couple minutes, because you have to be, even with a natural 20, you have to be very delicate when you pull it out, that kind of stuff, and tie them all together. But it's possible, 100% possible.
Cool.
So you can if you would like.
I do that.
All right. We're this far. Let's do it.
I'm gonna light it and then run away
How are you lighting it?
with a tinderbox.
Tinderbox. Okay. So, because of how this spell works, you're doing an action to cause blatant destruction.
So,
Okay, fast.
This counts as an attack.
so the tinderbox or the hands.
No matter what, you break invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Because the act that you're performing
Would it-
is to cause harm,
Can I
regardless.
play devil's advocate?
I'm
Would-
gonna. I'm
would it
gonna
be-
just do it.
Just lighting what he's lighting, like to light it, that would break it, or when he lights something, it would break it.
That you just
Oh,
asked the
that's
same
actually a
thing.
good question.
No.
Would it be when you light the fuse or when you light the match? Basically.
You're lighting a fire with the intention of causing harm. That would be the inciting action.
Would I
Because
know?
even if you fired a bow and arrow and you miss, you're still invisible. It still goes away.
Would I know that lighting the match is gonna break my invincibility?
Yes.
So could I have the wick like going through the hatch? Is it long enough? If
you took
I had
some time
intended-
to position the barrel,
Okay. So yeah.
that also puts you right next to the Ascendant.
Okay.
Wait,
Because
The hatch that
Hush
you
is
went
still.
in. No, Hush left a while ago.
I've
hush
been
left.
walking.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
been trying to. Where would I be at this point?
The bar.
Not quite.
Okay.
No, he like snuck in, lifted some stuff, tied some things. Like,
It took him a couple minutes because he has to do it delicately.
okay.
So you're probably at the tail end of the dock because you're also not running by everybody. You're very quietly shifting around, taking your own time to make sure you're not noticed.
Would I have any sense of like where he's at? Like, would I be
No,
able to?
not at all.
Not
You're
at all.
both invisible.
So, am I at the tail end of the dock where there's not any people?
There's still people milling about. Like, 'cause there are door guard on the docks. There are still dark elves and stuff walking around. There are even humans with torchlight.
Oh, so
There's
just
still
like
people.
almost dock workers.
Is
Basically.
there- Is there any torchlight around
Uh,
already lit?
not inside the boat.
But
There
like
are-
near the hatch at all, or like anywhere that is close enough to grab and then come back, maybe with the stealth check.
Yes,
a
but-
floating torch comes by like
we're splitting hairs at this point in time because if you're just going to take the lantern and throw it in there, it's the same thing as lighting the fire.
correct.
Okay.
The only difference would be you're inside right now, and you might be outside if you're able to stealthily get out,
Right.
grab it.
the hatch
and
is
then
going to be
throw
closed. unless you're holding it
I'm
open.
thinking quick. I'm stepping out with the wick in hand, and then I'm gonna light it and run.
All right, you light it, it starts fizzing, and there's this weird moment where you see the glow light up your face. As it lights up your face, you realize you are now visible again, and you got the Ascendant because he's now been notified that there's something going on. Clocks you. You got one action.
One action. Can I cut a boat loose?
Sure.
There's three though.
3 boats.
An action-
3 ties to the main boat.
An
No.
action including disengage.
Yeah. I meant like a rowboat, like a boat. Can I
Oh,
cut a rowboat loose?
Yeah.
Well, I cut it loose and jump in. That's
You got movement action, bonus action. Sorry, you have a turn. You have a turn.
We
okay.
have a whole turn.
I thought you were just like you have one single action. That's it.
You may do one thing.
I might go hush.
You
And then
Pray
you
for
jump in the boat.
and then the Ascendant just grabs his neck.
All right. Rope. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You cut it. You hop in. You shout for Hush. Hush. You see that there is a small fire on the outside of this boat as it is walking in, and you see the Ascendant has clocked Bobo as well as everybody else on this dock that has clocked it.
Okay, so I'm back here.
Right.
Do I have line of sight of where this
We'll put you right here. And at this point, because there's only 3 people that really matter right here.
Hog Rider.
I'm going to need 2 of you to roll initiative. I'm going to have the Ascendant roll initiative.
I roll for concentration.
15.
21.
15.
21.
And he swaps over to
I don't know what
us,
the fuck
and
to
we
do.
get in combat.
Oh,
15 minutes
get in
later,
the boat.
we lose
Do it.
immediately.
Get in a fucking boat is what you do.
No, you're here. I'm here.
I just imagine like a Tom and Jerry theme is
Do it-
playing.
Do I
I'm
know
feeling
if I
invincibility.
dropped concentration on, or if somebody's
You might
No,
no longer
I have an idea.
spell in.
I have an idea.
What'd you get, Bubba?
21.
Oh boy.
What'd you get, Hush?
15. And then I'm doing.
I can do something too.
Oh
It doesn't
my
say if
god.
you know or not.
This one sounds.
Nope.
I'm gonna.
It ends when the target attacks or casts a spell.
All right. Top of the order is the Ascendant. Beat by 1.
Great.
He rolled a 19 plus 3.
Is Bobo in the boat?
He is, thank you.
Okay.
So the Ascendant is going to look at you, shake his head, and just... Because of you now, it's all going up.
Yep.
He is going to...
Oh, he's gonna blow up Pride's Call.
He's going to, with his one hand, he's going to, this jet of cold energy comes out as the wick crystallizes.
I thought the wick was inside the boat.
He had it leading out so he could light it. Top of the initiative, he does have time.
Yeah, okay, I just pictured this differently in my head. Go ahead. Sorry.
Boom. And then
So I'm already fucked everything up.
Stop.
Killed everything.
Stop.
does he have a bonus action? He does.
You couldn't have known he'd be able to put out the.
We know that he's magical.
Oh, actually, I'm a dirty liar. He can't.
What?
He can't. He doesn't have the spell I thought he did.
He can't put out the wick?
He cannot.
I'm fucking pogged right now.
No, he legitimately can't. So
Cool.
he is going to put one hand out and through the shadows there's this hound that seems to coagulate and lift up and out.
Cool.
That's fucking... Brobo's like, bro, that's sick. Robo.
Robo Baggins.
Robo Baggins.
I have an idea.
You're gonna have to like
I hope you trust
swim or something, dude.
No, I hope you trust me.
That's
Wait.
what it looks like.
Oh, I thought that's how big it was. I was like,
It's what
no.
Jax imagines he looks like.
I love how Jeremy's idea quickly became Andre's idea.
No, I'm getting us out of this, bro.
Two
I'm gonna do
Kenkus
that.
walk into a bar and
I'll
quickly go
fucking
to the
see
boat.
that when it happens.
So,
Full send.
And then they are going to cast. They're going to pull out this symbol that looks very similar to the holy symbol that you guys had found before. They're going to put their hand out, and there's going to be this lightning lasso that comes out and wraps around you. I need you to go ahead and give me a strength saving throw.
You hear the words of Lolax. Don't do anything dangerous.
14.
14. Sorry.
Olax just enters your mind for a second. Don't do anything dumb.
Well, that's what I said before they left.
also, Lolax in the background, behind the background, is a... You want to hear a really stupid idea?
But also their definition of dumb versus your definition of dumb.
See, like
I can guarantee my shit is way dumber than yours.
You're going to go ahead and take 9 points of lightning damage, and they're going to drag you right up to the edge of this dock.
Oh, I want to sign it.
I'm still on the boat.
You were just on the edge of it. Yeah. Action, bonus action, and that is going to be their turn. Bobo, you see as all the goblins are starting to pull out weapons and stuff, being kind of confused, but at the same time, they look like they don't want to interfere with this. It's your turn.
Sorry, I need
I trust you.
technical wording on something. Wait. As my bonus action, I'm gonna do Blood Curse of Binding on the Ascendant, which he must have succeed on a strength saving throw of 12, I think. Yeah. And I'm gonna amplify it.
Hey, buddy. Okay, so you take damage.
Take a 1d4 damage.
Good today.
It's
That's a 4.
a 4. So down to 12.
Good thing you got those health.
What's the save he has to make?
Strength.
Strength. He gets a 13.
Well, he beats.
Rolled a 14 minus 1.
Is it 12? Blood Curse of Binding?
Yeah, I think the stat was
It's intelligence.
All right.
It's
So
8 plus proficiency plus intelligence.
does he have
And
disadvantage?
Did
since
you
he
add your
amplified it?
proficiency?
Let me look at the exact.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Well, do I amplify it
Blood
before or after?
Curse Binding. That's really failing. I got it up.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
D&D.
Blood Curse of Binding. As a bonus action, you attempt to bind a large or smaller creature you see within 30 feet of you. Let's make a strength saving throw. On a failure, the cursed creature's speed is reduced to 0 and can't use its reaction until the end of your next turn. Amplify. This curse lasts for 1 minute and can affect any creature regardless of size. The cursed creature can repeat saving throw at the end of each turns, ending the curse on itself on a success.
I don't see where
Okay.
DC comes from though.
I believe it's
just
wisdom
yeah,
plus proficiency.
Blood Hunter was
Intelligence.
save.
It's intelligence,
Oh, yeah.
but he has a
You
+2 to intelligence.
And a plus 2
It'd be a
proficiency, so it's 8 plus 4 equals 12.
Oh, it's 8 plus. Okay, I thought it was 10 for some reason.
No,
For the
that's
base.
passive.
All right. So you reach out, cast this magic on him, and as the
But would I amplify if he's affected first or after? Would I take the amplified damage?
that'd be another wording thing.
The wording's kind of weird with that. I have it right here.
Good question. In a turn, it's an action, bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it does not specify that you can choose to do it
And
after
reaction.
it's landed, so you'd have to choose to do it before.
Okay.
All right. So that is your action. You were not
It's
restrained,
my
by the way.
bonus action.
That's your bonus action. Cool. What do you want to do?
Disengage.
All right. Are you disengaging down the dock? Or in the boat?
In the boat.
That was Bailey.
I think Sockington scratched Bailey and made her bark.
Yeah.
Sockington's an asshole.
He is.
I was just sitting there petting Jax, and he was like on the couch. He was like,
Cats, man.
I would like to push the boat as hard as I can off the dock.
I like
Okay.
Sockington's face. Sparkly.
So you push it off the dock. Believe a skiff has the speed of 30, I believe, in water. And then you're
Cool.
going to quickly hit the stream, the current, and then you'll be going much faster.
That's the plan. Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to fucking swim.
I'm gonna jump and run.
He's not restrained.
But what can be ascended to? Is my question.
He just lightning tethered me a second ago and
Exactly.
really hurt me.
All right. So that's action, movement, bonus action. Hush.
Do I have line of sight on the ascended?
Yeah.
Am I still in stealth?
We're still invisible, yes.
So, for my bonus action, so question: can I use Zephyr Strike, attack, and then move away? Because Zephyr Strike does
It's a
not.
bonus action. Yeah, you can
Okay.
do that.
Cool. So I'm going to use Zephyr Strike, which... Now wait. Also, quick question. Zephyr Strike adds 1d8 of force damage. Would that stack with my Gathering
This
Storm?
whole place is
stacks.
about to go up too.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm thinking. Okay, so I use Zephyr Strike. I'm going to take aim at the Ascended with Gathering Swarm and draw my bow.
Okay.
That is a 23.
That'll hit.
Okay, so I'm going to, and with the bow, I'm going to use Gathering Swarm. He needs to make a strength save of DC 13.
Natural 20.
Okay. So, he's going to take.
I'm sorry that you're Kenku Bros, and there's an unspoken thing, but I will just leave you behind.
Trust me, I'm leaving.
Quotable moments.
As Zach, Lowlegs are walking back to the bar, and we're just like, I wonder why only
Give
one
him
of
up!
I was about to say, you'd be like, oh, there goes one visibility. And there goes the other.
why
I was-
why did it happen at different times?
They did have
Check your watch. Like,
Huh.
So 6 plus 3, he takes 9, plus another d8, 1, so he takes 10 damage, and I'm gonna head to the bar.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave, like,
Does
try
it
and run
drive by
through town,
and go get some
dodge
drink?
through people.
We'll take different ways out here.
Yeah, split them up.
okay. So you fire, it hits. There's this. I'm assuming you're trying to push him earlier with your
Push.
Gathering Swarm.
I was trying to take him off of the dock and dunk him in the
Right.
water.
So as you fire these, your fletchings turn green and come out, pestilent covered, and it slams into him. They start cawing, and he just manages to slice his hand through, dispersing all this nature magic. And he looks at you. You've moved. It is going to be his turn.
That is a great distraction.
But was like,
You're going
Let's go.
So how far away am I from him? Just out of curiosity. Like,
buoyantly.
That
100
one's
feet?
kind of weird with how it do.
It like
It slowly
85
starts to.
85?
over.
Pretty good,
Probably
man.
makes the screws
That's pretty
tighten
good.
then on the other side of that.
We'll look at that.
I feel like I'm far enough away that I'm a little bit comfortable. And then next turn, I'm just using
Oh,
action
I thought you meant like I need a
movement,
speed driver.
disengage,
No,
fucking
no.
getting the
Oh.
fuck out of there.
It's just one of those.
I would.
like,
I would
anti-
hide. If
fun
if,
getting up
if
to the
you
surface.
lost if you lost their eyesight, I would
I'm
hide.
pretty tight.
Well, I'm getting as far away as I
I
can.
don't want
and
to
then I'm
snap
gonna
it
turn.
because it is just kind of flimsy plastic.
Okay, maybe not.
Believe in you guys. I can do it.
Like I think that you have a better chance of evading them than outrunning
So,
them.
You got
so
it.
here's my
fucking
thought:
legends.
is not only do we split their attention, now they have to either deal with. We either have to deal. They either have to deal. Well, the Ascendant specifically either has to deal with me, you, or the thief.
Dude, when we get back, everyone's gonna be pissed.
Morgan, I might have to.
Oh yeah, you're about to level.
Forces
the whole
of law and
town, dude.
order did an Uno reverse card on the terrorists. Now you're getting terrorized.
So
Wait, what's my
is
charisma?
so is half the town.
Okay.
What is deception?
All right.
Oh, my deception.
You guys
Guys,
go
guys,
past
come on.
the Medusa.
Can we continue, please?
I was looking stuff up the entire time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but then you
I
said,
saw,
okay.
I saw him do some shit.
No, we're filling time for him. He knows how to rein it back in when he's ready.
You see that he pulls the same holy symbol out and clocks it at you. I need you to go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. I will say this is very
Dex
important.
save. Let's
A
go.
very important save.
12.
All right. There is this.
Use your legs.
All right. Do we use one of the box dice?
I vote yes.
I vote yes.
I'll go with the majority.
I will obviously vote yes.
That is it. Cool. He looks at you and you lose
Take a
your
dice.
legs.
Roll it for me.
Shit.
Oh, how? No one.
Yeah. I don't know why he asked me to do that for him.
I knew that was gonna happen the moment he said roll it for me. I was
Oh
like,
my
why?
Yeah, that was a weird one. Well,
Come back.
You
Come back.
just gave it sway.
Disintegrate?
No.
Okay.
okay.
He puts his holy symbol forth, and a lightning bolt rips through the area. It completely disintegrates that
Hush.
goblin right here.
Oh, it kills the goblin.
Kills the goblin, and then lands on Hush. Hush,
How many hit points?
how many hit points do you have?
I know how this process works.
Would you like to come around the DM screen?
I don't really.
38 or higher, and Hush is not Hush.
It is exactly 25.
Dropped
Okay.
exactly to 0.
Okay,
You're
you're
not
unconscious. You're not
Completely dead, but you are.
Zapped unconscious, and I'm not.
So as this
I'm
lightning
not.
bolt crackles through the air and it makes impact with you, you are essentially burnt. You hit the ground and you go unconscious. Bobo, you see this bright purple light just light up this entire cavern.
Yeah.
And now there are Medusa turning, Basilisk coming, Wargar coming,
Yeah.
and
And I'm next.
They're not gonna take me if all of the fucking Stonehaven is coming to them, are they?
No, I'm.
If they paid the toll.
I might get in the fucking water.
Which you did.
What do you do, Bobo?
I hybrid form and row.
Nice.
I'm not
enough.
even mad. This is what Hush would be like, bro.
Can you
Get
give
the
me an
fuck out.
athletics check?
Could I possibly do acrobatics? Or no, athletics is fine. Athletics is fine.
But they're the
Athletics is
same.
fine. Oh no, it's not.
You're in hybrid form. You can roll at advantage.
Rolling this one. Oh great! I doubled it. 4 instead of 2. So 7.
That's fine. You are still going to move your normal speed. I was just saying, how fast does this actually help you?
Okay.
Big
Um,
Okay.
you were
So it was only. I'm not. Okay.
This does not hurt by any means. Would you like to use a dash action?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, if you had rolled high enough, I was going to let you move 90 instead of 60.
Nice.
That's why I was asking.
I didn't do that.
That's fine. You still move 60.
Cool, but I think lightning bolt has like a hella range.
Well, boat sploding has a range too.
It does.
So, Bobo, you are essentially off the map. I'm going to drag you over here.
And where's the
This is
wick
all I'm
at?
thinking
in
about.
all
Yeah,
of this?
how many seconds has it
This is
been?
all. it's just this right now.
Not funny.
But like in Chungus form.
You gotta remember there are D&D mechanics to think of. So if throwing one of these bombs is an action, it blows up at the end of the
And
action,
now he's
then 3 wicks is now 3 turns.
3 turns.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, so that was round 1. This is round 2. There's one more round.
The fuse is in the barrel at this point. It might be lighting other fuses in there on fire. Who knows?
Bobo,
Yes.
Hush.
sorry. I read the name before I looked over. Hush,
I'm unconscious.
you're unconscious. You're bleeding out.
Unfortunate.
You go ahead and give me a death saving throw. This is our first death saving throw. Please make it privately and let me know what it is.
This is yours.
Natural 20.
Even if he gets up, I don't know how he's getting out.
Better than nothing.
All you need to let me know is... Yeah, anyways. So, that will bring it to the Ascendant's turn. You were already... So to begin with, you were already
Fuck
Man,
you guys.
the group's gonna
45 feet
Fuck
away.
you.
You went
I'm
an
just
additional
kidding.
60, so you are 105 feet away from him currently.
And you are
the
400 feet away from us.
group is gonna be mad at me.
Bro, like, what I was going through my mind when I shot him was I'm going to try and dunk him in the water and get us both out.
Oh, yeah.
But really, I was trying to split his attention.
Does the Ascendant stand on top of the boat to get closer to him?
No, he does not.
Aw. Rats.
Instead, he is going to
I'm
cast
sorry.
Eldritch Blast at you.
105 feet away.
Has a range of 120.
Great.
Hog.
Cool.
Buffs.
Oh, that 30 would have been great.
Yeah, 130 would have. If he passed that, he would.
Would have been good.
That's a lot of rolls.
Eldritch Blast. And he's,
Yeah.
Ascendant.
Well, it's still only a cantrip.
Oh.
If I go unconscious, I'm still on the stream.
This is true. You're about to just go away. Legitimately, you need to last this round. That's all you need to do.
I know. I have 12 hit points.
As Andrew smiles.
Doesn't yours go up when you go into hyper form?
Well, it
doesn't
wouldn't
go
even
up.
matter if you
Oh.
go
I get
unconscious.
resistance to
Wait,
slashing, piercing,
Question:
bludgeoning.
Is he in the rapids?
Not quite. Like, he just needs to make another round.
He's heading there.
All right. He's going to do something and shoot again.
Do something.
Legendary action.
Do something. I don't want to fuck with this man.
It's too late for that.
I'm sitting there
It is
on the
far
ground.
too late for that.
I'm on the ground bleeding out. I see this fucking light beam come out of this man's. I'm like, damn, fuck this guy. I don't want to touch this man.
So, Bobo, there is, out of this holy symbol, you see 6 blasts,
6.
6 fire at you. Only 3 hit.
How do they?
Magic missile.
He shot 3 twice.
I know, but how do you know they hit me? I didn't.
Magic missile automatically. hit.
No, it's Eldritch
well, all
Blast. He
three
rolled
blasts.
for each one.
I rolled for each one, and the roll on the dice and the ones that hit you were all 15 plus.
It would have to be 17 to hit.
Right.
15 plus stuff.
Okay,
Plus
plus
stuff.
stuff. Okay.
Which is why I didn't bother asking.
Alright.
And then all the other stuff was so low, there was no way it was going to hit you. So again, I didn't bother
3
asking.
Eldritch Blast can still level my ass.
It is 20 points of damage
Yeah.
total.
Unconscious.
Okay.
Welcome back, Andre.
How you doing?
Unconscious on a boat.
Boat. I hope boat keep going.
Boat will keep going. That's how water fucking
That
works.
is how water works.
So, that being said, as you were just drifting into unconsciousness, this massive explosion goes off and rocks you. It is going to kill everybody on board, except for maybe the Ascendant. Maybe.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Maybe.
We don't have eyes on him.
Yeah, we're both fucking unconscious as fuck, bro.
I'm still a lot better off than you are.
You're dead, right, bro? I'm like 90 feet away from them on the dock.
Here's a question. These are ambiguous dice. Okay. I have rolled his save. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Would you like to impose disadvantage?
On what?
Oh,
On
because
the
we
Ascendant.
can use.
Would you like to spend 1 dice to impose disadvantage?
But we don't know if you made it or not already.
No.
Mm,
That would be our last dice.
I said.
Yeah. No,
But-
save it.
I said.
Okay, wait. Let's just think about this for 2 seconds.
I think
Best case scenario, he's dead.
3 of us have already voted no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
All right.
I think it feels better for us to use it on ourselves and
Yeah.
know what the result is. And be like, fuck, I gotta make this. As
Yeah.
opposed
He
to.
Yeah,
could have,
that's
yeah,
fair.
he could have already. Like, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I do need to roll a ton of dice over here, though.
You want help?
Does Jeremy need to roll anything?
Not yet. It's not my turn.
Motherfucker's still alive though.
And they can't come after you if the Ascendant doesn't live anymore.
Also,
You'll just get arrested.
also, this literally rocked the entire city. So
They-
everybody fucking
They probably
No,
heard
well,
this.
We don't have big explosions.
You know how like, a
It's
grenade
an underground
is
city that a giant
explosives with
boat
like
full of
shrapnel on the
explosives?
outside?
Everybody's coming.
There was just a bunch of lead ingots in a ship full of explosives.
It's a pipe bomb.
Sticky ingots.
Hey,
It's like a bullet.
pipe.
They gave
There
the
is,
kids back already, right?
I'd
Okay.
just like to know what these bombs do, for the record.
Okay.
Can I see?
I'd love to know.
You go ahead and read that to yourself. You can hand it down. We're going to go ahead and shift over to the rest of you guys.
Great
Oh
time.
my
Yeah.
Great time.
Yep.
As soon as I notice that invisibility is dropped from one but not both, I'm gonna be like, we need to go
That
now.
happens after an hour.
Wait, both? No,
We're
both
walking
of us.
back to the Pride's Call and doing our own thing for an hour before
So it takes-
invisibility
So
drops.
that doesn't change my decision of
Yep.
when that happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many were in there? In just the one barrel that Bobo looked at, there were at least 10.
And then would that 10 set off the others?
Oh, boy.
There was one barrel of 10. One.
That's a lot of dice.
Roll 20 still rolling. Just to
Wow.
let you know.
For the one barrel,
How
Okay,
big's the,
stop.
How's the radius?
You're
It's
going to see
big.
in a second.
It's big.
30 foot.
I will also put this on the Discord
3d6
inside the homebrew
thunder.
section and the item card section for you guys in your area.
You want to see me say "fuck it, we ball"? Cause fuck it, we ball.
Me and Bobo are gonna come. Hopefully, come back and
That barrel set off other barrels.
if me and you come back, we're coming back separate
If
ways.
we live, we're
If-
fucking legends, bro.
The
If-
comic rose.
If we die, we're still legends, but we don't have to tell anybody about it. Wait, what did you say?
The comic bros.
All right, for the record, so everybody knows what we're talking about. Black powder bombs. As an action, throw the bomb 30 feet, exploding on impact. When it explodes, all creatures within 10 feet must make a DC con saving throw. Sorry, where to go? DC 10 con saving throw, taking 3d6 thunder damage. Additionally, all creatures within 20 feet must make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw, or take 3 or 1d6 piercing damage. There's a literal entire undership full.
I would assume at least 50. Minimum of 50.
We're talking like
That's
100.
5 barrels.
Can you at least let us know the number of like dice that you had to roll? Does roll 20 tell you that?
Oh yeah, I typed it in before I did it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the math for every barrel,
Mhm.
so I skewed high. I legitimately rolled 120 dice. 120 d6.
Anyway,
I feel like that water got
There
pushed me
anyway.
to where I needed it to
The
be.
shockwave got.
all ones. No, I'm kidding. That's still a lot of
everybody did a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
All right.
Oh my fucking god.
So, you guys are about a quarter of the way to Pride's Call because it takes 2 hours to walk there on foot.
Okay.
When you realize
Visibility drop.
one dropped,
Mhm.
and then you stop, you're about to talk to them, and then the other dropped. You know,
Relaxing the
And
like,
I would
oh,
not-
you fucking dumbass.
it's about half the duration it's supposed to be.
We need to go now.
Go where?
A great question. I don't know how to get there.
Bubba, know what that's.
You don't know what
You know the name.
What happened?
You know the name.
The invisibility.
No,
They're not
yeah.
invisible anymore, and it's
Have to
early.
ask somebody.
That might mean that they. Yeah, that's not good. There's no situation in which that's a good thing.
Does anybody have like a magic messenger
That
companion?
I can do animal
That's-
messenger,
that was
but it
them.
moves slower than we will.
Did you like send a toad with a health potion down the like river?
No.
Toaderon!
Bobo in a boat, and then there's like a frog with like.
So something happened. What do we?
So
I don't know how to get there.
where do we even? We could go like I might know a restaurant near there.
Did he say out loud how to get down there?
No.
How do you get down there? The river.
Oh,
We'll take
barrel.
Stone's Causeway.
Hey, we're gonna go on a boat ride.
So we
in
know
a
the
barrel.
name.
And then you plunked us down. That was it.
Who-
That was it.
Who would be constantly going down there?
Bulgari.
Do we have some Golgari friends?
No, I don't think
No.
I.
No.
Do you have any friends?
Do I have
other
any
than Morgan?
Golgari friends?
Me.
This thing has been sideways since the get-go. Like, we
Real
left in
quick.
a barrel.
You and I, a very long time ago, talked about a possible romantic partner.
Yep.
Is that still something your character would want?
Sure.
Right now, I'll take all the help I can get.
No, that I added that because I thought it was interesting, and now that you're bringing it up, it's like, oh, I have to go talk to them.
So, yes, you do.
They are.
We just see you turn like jet white.
No, just
You
slump
had this
a little bit. Just,
Oh yeah,
of
of course you did. You're surprised.
a little.
You guys gave me time to plan. Lots of time.
This literal
Good to go,
exact
huh?
scenario went through Andrew's head, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun."
Andrew and I sat down 2 years ago and came up with what could feasibly fill 7 years of Sayul's life in this city.
So, there is a woman that you know, that goes by Talasa Ball.
Philosopher. All right. I know one person that we could.
You friends with him?
We're acquainted.
Okay. How? Let's go talk to them. I guess as we're walking and talking. Which direction are we going?
Down.
How do we get down? Is there like a sewer grate? Is there stairs?
I assume the normies know of at least one entrance into the
Correct.
causeway.
Which is Wayport by the Golgari area where you guys were talking about going down initially. The issue is
We feel the earthquake yet?
no, not quite.
Okay.
You remember there was an explosion. One of the terrorist attacks took out one of the bridges to get to Wayport.
Mm-hmm.
One of?
There's multiple.
Right. So you can go another way, which is going the long way around,
Okay. We
and
could
then
go.
go from a different angle, or you would have to go all the way out of town and hook back around.
How long will the long way take?
A couple hours.
Okay, it's gonna take us 2 hours to get.
Know how to get there otherwise.
Can we assume that they were competent and they're gonna be coming back to the Pride's Call on their own? Or are we gonna
Until the
assume
explosion goes off.
that they're- Your shit's gonna get rocked. girl.
Maybe we have misplaced.
I was literally about to say. At this point in time, there is a small tremor in the earth.
Oh.
And we would pretty much understand
Wait.
that.
See, like
Something blew up.
But would they really
there was a
expect
minor
us to do it?
earthquake
Yeah.
that lasted
Okay.
one
I think we've
second.
been with you guys long enough to understand. Especially you.
Bro, why? I did not make Hush to be so chaotic. He's very chaotic.
Oops.
Whoa, jump on everybody.
So
Born to swim.
is it
and
enough
as
to
a
like kind of like how do we feel the vibration?
It's enough that those that are kind of attuned with the city are just like,
Something happened.
That's not an earthquake.
Is there teleports?
No. We might be able to pay for, like, travel, transit, but I don't. It might cost some money. What do I know? Like, where's the tube? Where's the light
Where's the,
rail? Yeah.
where's the water slide down?
We get in the elevator and elevator.
It's called a
elevator.
well.
Where's the
It,
bus
bro.
route?
I think if there was like a nice, safe
Alright.
way down,
So,
I would have probably
I'm gonna
knew
go ahead
about
and
it.
No.
Sayil,
You wouldn't.
you guys were in the smelting port.
You're one of the few
Oh, man,
people
it's
in
only
the city
30
that
feet.
wouldn't know the nice way into the sketchy areas.
Oh my! What?
You know
what
the
has
you way
become-
into the sketchy areas.
There's some funky shit that's gonna happen.
So you guys are actually walking
Yeah,
through
how am I gonna
one of
get
the major
up?
plazas
Make death saves.
when you feel this. There are ways down all around you right now. You're in a plaza. They have to clean it. There's sewer systems, all that kind of stuff. You are also pretty close to Rzova territory, and they deal with crypts and stuff that normally go underneath. Though that said, there's a lot less about the sewer system. So from where you're at, teleportation. You're gonna hate me, and I'm sorry, but
It got targeted.
no, it did not. It's just teleportation is at the pendant. Pendant is on quite literally the other side of town.
Yep.
It is over here.
How dare you?
You guys
existing
are right
geological
here.
fact.
Wow, I hate you so much for that, Andrew.
Damn you for having
God.
concrete
Is there-
geography.
Wait, hold on. So there's a teleport there. Is there a teleport to it around here?
It's the
Can we teleport to the
So
pendant
it
and then
is less
teleport
that
out?
there is a. It's less that there is a teleportation circle that will take you to the sewers and all that kind of stuff, and then will take you to the pendant. Is just that there are highly trained wizards at the pendant. So if anyone is going to be able to do it, it would be them.
It's like in WoW how the main.
I get that, but I'm
said,
wondering.
you're in a general plaza. You might be able to go to New Prague and see if Morgan has anything. She's a highly competent mage of some sort.
So do we report into Morgan, or do
Oh,
we
yeah.
try to get down into the sewers ourselves
or do we continue to
and make sure that my head isn't hurt?
Wait, that's really funny that we broke off to go down and deal with this shit, and we
dealt with it.
We dealt with it before they even got to V, and now they're like on the way to V, and they're like, shit,
I threw the shit at the fan.
dude, and it's gonna stay.
Okay, and I respect
it's
you for
going
it.
to fucking stay.
we
We're
need to decide what we're doing like now.
Right.
So I'm kind of leaning towards we either keep going towards the sewers or try to find a sketchy, highly skilled wizard in this quarter.
That's
sketchy and highly skilled.
there might be an undead wizard somewhere in the Orzhov that could send us there, but it would just be him saying, it would be us telling him a description of them and him trying to teleport us to him based off of that. And that, to my understanding, will go wrong. There's a chance it won't, but it will go wrong.
So what's your decision then? Because that's
I'm just saying the teleport doesn't feel likely. We don't even know where to go to.
I know.
I'd like to check on V at some. As horrible as that.
Remember, you know
I've
the name
been
of the
scared
place.
about him for like 12
It was-
hours.
I can't metagame, but
I would if we knew where to go to find them, I would go straight there.
Does my knowledge of living here for a while or anything have anything to contribute to this on maybe knowing a way to get there? I know it's not an area that I would even frequent or maybe even have
That's
been
why
to.
I'm not.
Those that have
asking.
lived here for a while, so the two of you, you can go and give me history checks at disadvantage. Or survival checks at disadvantage.
See what's better.
We're not going to lose the last.
Yeah, that's a really
History
What do you
of
mean?
survival.
That's
Really?
your character needs to survive dice.
not get a nat 1 on the special dice.
All right.
That'd be a 12. It would have been a dirty.
First roll is 17. It's just
Yeah, what the fuck's going on
So
with
12. It just takes my 12.
it's not roll
Oh.
20.
And
It's a life counter. It's not randomized.
Oh yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
8.
8. Okay. So with the 12, you guys aren't associated with the Golgari. The one Golgari guy went.
Yep.
You would know that you can probably talk to. Let's see.
not
Somebody
the
you
loosely
may know.
Golgari guy.
Is Grozdan Krieg or Grozdan Grozdan Trag. Am I even saying that name right? It's my own name. I should know
The
it,
name can be whatever you want it to be.
but I have it written down.
I
Grozdan Creed. I had verbal dyslexia right there.
As Sail right now, I'm torn. I don't know if I'm the one to make this decision right now. I want to go find our friends, but we're even start with that. I want to make sure that
So,
my uncle
who's
is
garage
okay.
stand?
And I also feel like
or-
Morgan
no,
might be
okay.
the most likely person to be able to help us with them.
And he is.
But going to Morgan makes it so we can't even go straight
Alright.
to them.
Give me 1 second, so I can finish up his check.
Sure.
Carmen Fortress. He runs the Carmen Fortress, which basically deals with a lot of Plaza West, the Smelting Quarter, and Wayport. They deal a lot with fighting the Rakdos and the Goblin gangs inside the Smelting Quarter. Really, when this whole thing popped off, they should have been the ones to respond in the first place. That said, because of their proximity to Wayport, they probably know where to take you. But they are Boros. Traditional Boros.
And may know somebody who's on it. It's on if they can get us there, and it's also or if they know who I am. If they don't know who I am, we have a good chance.
For all we know, the explosion could have been at the inn.
We don't know if it was an explosion. We just tremor.
We felt a tremor. I think it's fair to say that
We
we
felt
know
a tremor.
something's wrong.
Okay.
We know there's
And
an active
there's
terrorist
been-
cell that hates us in the city. with
And
explosives.
specifically, they threatened to blow up the inn. So, like, I think I lean towards going to the inn as much as I.
Do we see anybody
That makes
like,
a lot of sense.
around responding
No,
to the event?
you see a lot of confused people. There are a lot of officials and like Azorius and Boros soldiers and stuff that kind of
Situation
walk
so
around this
funny.
area. They are currently looking up, like for smoke,
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure something out. A lot of them are kind of like putting their hands to their ears for the Azorius that may or may not have earpieces, like sendings.
And
And-
stones.
They don't. They seem confused, but they are not being given direction.
Oh, think in.
I think inn is the most logical place to start.
Okay.
I'm worried they might have hurt Vaughn.
All right.
Otherwise, I'd say we should go find where our friends are, but I don't know where to even.
Yeah,
Do
Let's
you
go
all
to the
roll
inn.
death saving throws?
You and Jeremy are going to
I
stick
really roll them?
behind for just a couple minutes while I talk to you guys.
Okay.
At the end of all this.
Right, so we'll double time it to the end.
Yeah. All right. You guys double time it. Running at full pace. You guys managed to shave a good bit of time off. You get there in an additional hour instead of an additional hour and a half. That said, can you remind me who you look like right now?
So just
So the-
Standard human.
I thought you looked like Bobo.
I thought.
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Yes, you're
They
right.
were down to like the last 5 to 10 minutes of their invisibility when they actually got at.
So did I.
I thought they were closer than half.
Yeah, like they had like no time left on their hour.
Yeah.
Is what I thought.
No, we had cut it at a.
Took them like.
I
half an hour
was-
just
It
to
was
get-
We
about-
cut it at a half hour for break. Then it was 5 minutes from there, and I think they took an additional 5 minutes. So I was off by 10.
Either way,
Okay.
can we go there? I'm actually disguised as Bobo. I just forgot.
Okay. So disguised as Bobo. Give me 1 moment.
It could be your own look soon.
Yeah.
My old buddy I used to know for a day or
kind of off that one.
two.
Would
I
this
liked
be-
him. He
Would
was
this be a
kinda-
Also,
kiltrosity?
yes, I think that our invisibility almost up.
That's what I was under impression of, was that we were running out of time
Yeah,
on it.
Andrew was watching it in real time, and he literally said that it was like 10 minutes plus 5.
It still doesn't matter.
I was off by 10 or 15.
What's done is done.
We'll call this a kiltrosity.
So if you
yeah,
like,
baby.
you guys got there in an hour.
Okay.
We'll call it there.
Call the session there.
Yes.
It's only
No.
9:30.
So how's the inn?
One second. So, Lolax, as you're walking up disguised as Bobo, you hear something from behind you.
Okay.
Bobo.
Yes. No.
Nagma would like a word with
Are we close
Did
enough?
I hear that?
Do
I'll turn around. Who's Nagma?
it's none of your concern. I need to speak with Bobo. He's my nephew.
Oh. Well, how? Okay, player. How much would Sile even know about Bobo's background, where he came from, and how friendly that is?
Nobody bothered to ask.
Yes. You guys had time before, and people did try and ask.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
they weren't there.
Yeah.
So how much would you have told him?
I would have told him about my Nagma mother that experimented on me.
Okay, then you know.
Oh, I know the name
yeah,
Nagma.
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, you know Bobo. You know. Oh, okay, that's understandable. He's actually. Don't. Oh wait, no, this is. It's not an illusion.
I'm gonna do so. You know, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the scene with like the face
Face
shifting
stealer?
thing. I'm gonna change my face, and it's going to be the Ascendant.
Just for flavor.
There's this. So this figure steps out of the shadows, and you see, much like Bobo,
Wrong.
but Bobo looks oddly enough more correct than this Kenku does. This Kenku is almost 6
my.
feet tall, has a large bulbous arm on one side and a smaller, almost regular sized one on the other. Underneath the hood itself, you guys can see two glowing green eyes.
Mhm.
And the beak that comes out of the hood is gnarled and almost looks like there has been gold infused into it to keep it together.
Oh my.
He just looks at you and goes, and that makes sense. And he throws Alchemist Fire on the Pride's Call. And that's where we're going to call it.
What?
The timing of this is crazy.
Hey! Wow. Thanks for watching. Holy fuck. Wow.
So-
That's where we're calling it?
And recap, we have two unconscious players that are within 100 feet of the Ascendant. We have a boat that just blew up. We have Alchemist Fire from one of Bobo's
Backstory.
backstory family-ish
Yes, family.
on the Pride's Call. Oh, wow. What the fuck is gonna happen?
Tune in next time.
Family.
Tune in next time.
Speaking of, tuning in next time might be slightly different time-wise. We're going to have a discussion as a group on
Yep.
that. And we will update everybody on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We might put our schedule up on there. We'll see.
Interesting.
We already have the schedule up on there. We'll update it.
Yep. Cool. So, thank you for watching. Like, give us a follow. Eventually, when we are affiliate, go and give us subscribe. Subscribe. Holy crap!
Use
I
your-
can't talk.
Use your Twitch Prime.
My heart's racing right now.
Twitch Prime. Andrew's very excited about his next week here.
I so am. Thank you very much. We love you. Have a good night.